much it means to you, and you say it doesn't matter anyway, and I know there will always be another name. Now what do you want me to do when I know how much it means to you when you say
Yo. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Reroll Podcast by gamers, for gamers. I'm your host, Victor Logan. Milo427 is here.
Okay. I haven't used that name since RuneScape. When is it going to die? Just when?
It's never going to die. You shouldn't have used the name.
Oh my god.
Michael, a.k.a. Me One Name, is also here.
Hello, that is me. Me what name?
All right. And the Beatmaster, drummer, is also here.
What up, everybody?
Yeah. So it's been like a little bit of time since the last podcast, like a week or two.
Or a year. No, give or take.
Or a year, give or take.
Somewhere in between.
But there's news. There's things happening.
Yeah, BlizzCon happened, so we're back again.
Yeah, our annual BlizzCon, Let's Talk. But anyway, gentlemen, there's news. Things have happened. We need to talk about those things. So, Michael, Me One Name. What have you been doing and playing on the interwebs?
What have I been playing? A lot of anime trash. But more recently, I've gotten into Deltarune.
Okay.
Latest thing, released by what's his face again?
Toby
Keep
Fox.
messing up his name. Toby Fox, creator of Undertale.
That's
So
that game with Sans, right?
And he makes an appearance in this one, and it's all mysterious, and no one knows what's going on. But honestly, you can probably just discard all of it because he pretty much said in a tweet longer thing that possible that nothing in the first chapter is going to make it to the final cut. He just wanted to make it.
I didn't catch that. That's interesting.
So what do you do in the game? Like, what is it like about? I know nothing, like absolutely anything.
One of the big things with Undertale, right, is that all of your decisions matter. Is sort of the mantra that they keep going with. You know, whether you like, if you spare everyone, it's different from whether you kill everyone. Whether it's different from sitting sort of somewhere in between. Like all of your actions sort of reacts to all of your actions. So it, like your actions, you know, causing a difference. But this game, like, they try to like put it on its head. Like even from the very get-go, the game tries to tell you that you're have consequences to them. That the world will just keep going in the same way that it has beforehand.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, so it's saying the actions of the previous game, Undertale, they don't matter.
It's
Wait.
It's not a direct sequel.
Oh, it's not.
All of the same characters are in there.
But it's not a sequel.
Deltarune itself is an anagram of Undertale. Your main character is an anagram for the main character of Undertale. Different characters that you meet are anagrams in and of themselves.
Okay.
No, it's just everything is mixed up, and they make it clear, but not like exclusively clear. Like if you go around and you read like all the little text boxes, which if you're not, I honestly don't think that you're playing the game right. Everything you should inspect everything because everything.
Yeah.
You know.
So how long is the game though? Is it like it's free too, right? I think I heard that.
Oh yeah, completely free. You can just go to the site, download it. It's about 2 to 3 hours. I remember there being like some uninstall issue with Apple.
Yeah, I heard that if you put it in a wrong folder, you can like delete the whole folder or something like that.
Yeah. I was doing some stuff. It's like a it's a thing that you see sometimes with like older games or just games that are too much about. And I guess since Toby just sort of made it like off the cuff, have quite the same level of like polish that your usual game would.
Okay.
But was it deleting a folder? Makes me think of what is that? Oh, I can't remember the game.
Yeah, like let's say for instance you put it in you know how you have like your C and then your program files, right? And you have it downloaded, right? And you have all of the things right in program files, right?
And for some reason you give it admin access.
And you're like, I want to uninstall it. You go boop, and it's like, there you go. Program files are uninstalled, and you go, what?
Yeah, that's not good.
I remember Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I heard deleting things what made me think of.
Yeah, but that one didn't it well though because it's deleted text files or whatever.
But that was also sort of the game of Doki Doki.
Mm-hmm.
And the next game is a horror game.
It's funny how like time passes. I feel like that was ages ago, but it wasn't. It's almost like a year ago.
Doki Doki. What, the next game on my lineup?
No. I was thinking about Doki Doki and how like that actually wasn't that long ago.
And I was saying the sequel to Doki Doki is going to be a horror game.
Yeah.
Well, Doki Doki was already horror game like.
Yeah.
It's like a visual novel could get.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's certainly scarier things, but
I still think it's crazy with how he hid stuff to reference the next game, and one of them is like, you take one of the character files, when you look at it, it doesn't do anything. When you realize it's actually an audio file, so you convert it and put it into like Audacity or something. Then you look at it again and compress it, and then it becomes a QR code, and like, I was like, who the hell figured this out?
About, like, computer science-wise, like, I've studied, like, computer vision, like, it's kind of cool how he did that, and to like understand, like for someone to also understand that it's an audio file because they're set up certain ways.
Yeah, and it's like one of the people credited they're figuring that out. That's someone I know, and it's like, how the hell did you figure this out?
Yeah. I don't understand those people personally. It
takes a lot, and it's a lot of love for the game, and it's really cool how like people say like there's no searching for things in that era. Well, there's still things we haven't figured out with like games like that, and they kind of channel that old spirit of like not knowing what a game is really about sometimes, or like not knowing what's inside of a game.
I just imagine games who do that nobody cares to even look for. It's pretty sad. Imagine somebody putting all that time and like nobody even bothers.
I mean, to be honest, there
like Battleborn has this deep hidden lore. Like no one cares about that game.
If you compare these two images, a
claptrap appears.
But yeah, like Doki Doki actually fairly easily could have fallen into that category of everyone ignoring it because it was a very anime visual novel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I say that.
Yeah, it got like the right sort of attachment to different people.
I feel like streaming and YouTube culture really helped that game a lot.
Oh yeah.
God,
I never would have heard of it if it wasn't for streaming culture. Never would have heard of Five Nights at Freddy's because
I wish I didn't hear that one.
Five Nights at Freddy's probably would have stopped at the second game if it wasn't for YouTube. Let's all be honest.
Like literally, I was watching Maximilian play it in college.
Game theory stuff like that.
So I was watching Maximilian play it. He played PT first. I was like, okay, I've seen PT a bit before. This wasn't so bad. Yeah. But it's me watching through my fingers because I don't like horror stuff. I like the feeling, but like, I don't really like it. Then
sorry, I just want to take a moment to think back on proper psychological horror game. A trailer for it, basically, and then which never got made because Konami.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Freddy Fazbear's, which has seen like 7 sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, they had the other game, the Silent Hill game, had like other issues, and just a lot of people liked it. It just was Konami being a bunch of
just Konami.
butt wipes. Yeah. But
yeah. So then him and his sister play Five Nights, and I'm like, oh, they finished the day. I can look now. Open my eyes. The heart starts calming down. You know, feeling it. Foxy jump scare. I could not. I literally did not fall asleep for a week. So like, not playing this game. But then there's someone I know who's like, nah, I want you to play Five Nights. Like, no.
No, I don't like that. Like the whole thing, like you stream a scary game to like get views. Like I don't.
See, I played Resident Evil 2 at E3.
Yeah,
the remake.
Yeah,
and it was like, It scares me a bit, but I'm enjoying this, so I can see myself playing this.
It's thriller versus horror, right? Thriller is where you have agency to do something about the horror, or horror there's no agency, you just die. Five Nights is horror. I know you can kind of try to survive, but through that it's horror. Like, that's why Resident Evil are good games, because you can fight back.
So Miles, would Resident Evil 7, would that be out of your wheelhouse to horror?
I watched Max play all of it.
7 wasn't too bad, and like the jump scares weren't really like they weren't that.
So wait, you watched that, but not Until Dawn?
Okay, so the problem with Until Dawn is like I was watching it and I was enjoying it, but then it was just like this is getting to me a little too much, so I stopped.
Until Dawn was awesome.
I really want to. I know Strippin and Dodger did a playthrough of it. I'm probably gonna watch that. Just go back and watch their whole thing, because like I still want to know how the twist happens in Until Dawn, because I know about it. I just don't know how. I don't know why.
Which twist? What twist?
So the twist about... I'm just kidding. Right.
No, like I've seen it, but
like monster things. Don't explain fully like the monster things. I don't know.
Oh, what they are?
Yeah, I don't know how that comes about.
Oh, okay. I actually liked it less once the monster came out.
Yeah, that's when it was better. The first half of that game was better than the second half.
I would have rather gone like there's another psycho or something than it's just a monster.
Yeah,
it took that supernatural route and it was kind of weird.
The original, the first thing that was scary in that game was like cool, and then once they unveiled the second monster thing, I was like, all right.
It was that, and then Aliens Isolation. I was actually really enjoying. I think I was watching Rad Brad.
That game was amazing.
I remember the Rad Brad back in the day.
But it got to the point where like literally I was looking at air vents and stuff in my dorm. It's like, yeah, I can't watch this anymore. I can't do this anymore.
It's like it's just I don't know. For me, it's like the fear of being scared is worse than the actual scare. And once you kind of learn that,
and once you see it, like I normally when I see it, I go back and watch it again. It's like, okay, I know what happens now. But like,
it's
the build up to it is hard.
Yeah, because that's what makes it scary. It's anxiety beforehand.
I still remember
the actual scare. So.
My cousin,
like for me, like back in the day, it was actually funnily enough, Half-Life 2 Ravenholm. Like when I first had to go into Ravenholm, I'm like, nope. I'm just like, nope. I don't want to do this. So I quit and I didn't play it again for 2 years. Finished the game.
There's probably a couple games I've done. I
was really afraid of Fallout 3 as I was younger. I couldn't do
Fallout 3 was one of those. Oblivion,
that first zombie that gets you underground.
Okay, so when I first started playing Oblivion, like it was like me and my brother shared the Xbox back then. So like we'd be downstairs on the couch just taking turns playing. So like we'd all each play like an hour or something. But when I would be playing Oblivion and I had to do a dungeon, I was so worried I just gave the control to him and he would play it.
Yeah.
And so like later I did it myself.
What I found scary about Oblivion is whenever a demon would talk to you, the camera would just spin around and zoom in on his face. So I was trying to leave and I'm like, Mortal, what are you doing here? And the demon around. I'd freak out. That was what scared me in that game.
Oh, okay. A big one for me was Dishonored. When you get to the first zombie, you either go into the sewers and fight it. I just stopped.
Oh. Yeah, I stopped playing there too.
And I really liked Dishonored, but it was like,
I was so mad. I was like, all right, let's not play this game anymore.
I stopped playing Dishonored, like at the one point where you sort of get like betrayed.
Oh yeah, towards the end of the first game.
Because like, I play bad guys, right?
Yeah.
You know, and so like I was murdering everyone, and then like, it's like I went into Dishonored already watching a playthrough. And then I wanted to play it myself, but the playthrough that I watched, he was the good guy the entire time. It was Jesse Cox, so he saved everyone. He didn't kill anyone.
For me,
when he was dropped off, I remember being like it was sort of like a touching scene between him and like the sailor guy. And then when he drops me off, he's just like, "Oh, you're better off dead." I don't feel the need to go back and save any of you people now.
For me, the original scare was.
Like if I was Corvo, I'd be like, okay, so yeah, no, I'm not going back to continue this quest.
Of course not.
Why the frig would I do that?
Yeah. But for me, the original scare was playing Mario 64 and going to that castle and hearing Bowser's laugh. Because like, especially like in that era where like the idea of like voiceovers being kind of like a newer thing. They hear like this like demon like yell laugh.
Okay.
And then once you fight him, it wasn't that scary. Like,
same vein, but for me, it was the evil glove and Glover.
Yeah, I remember that. You know, he's talking about Glover.
That used to get me all the time.
You're the only dude I know that has played Glover.
That was like one of my few N64 games.
No one's played
Glover. Oh, my dogs.
But nah, his dog makes noise.
Yeah, it snores.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, I guess moving on a little bit. Michael, what other games have you played? Was that it or?
It's still on me. Let's see here. Yeah, couple other things. I recently got Agony because they released the unrated version of that game, and people are like, "Oh, it's so much better." And I mean, it is. It sort of follows a bit of a more stressful horror game. You definitely don't want to play that if you can't handle like gore.
Yeah.
Like gore to the point where like I'll at some point just not be affected by it. Like
Well,
at some point you're just gonna be like, "Huh, look, that man got impaled from the rectum all the way up through his mouth."
Oh no.
And that's scenery. That's scenery. You don't even look at that guy.
Yeah.
That's a torch holder there.
That's like the start
That's
of.
just what the.
What
You
is
know,
it?
then you're like, "Oh, yeah."
I mainly get bothered by that happening to the players. Like if you die in a game and like your player like explodes and stuff, that's what gets me.
Yeah.
That's why you
I
didn't
mean,
like
like
Mortal
the
Kombat,
death
right?
scenes in that game
Yeah, that's
can be a
why
little.
I can't. Mortal Kombat gives me actual anxiety. I can't play Mortal Kombat. Like I can play. I like playing it. I don't like fatalities. I really can't handle it.
Yeah, I mean, like because I have died a couple times in Agony, because you know that's how it works, and the death scenes are a little bloody, but not really as bad as I thought that they would be.
Yeah.
Ripping out, which is a pretty quick animation.
Mm-hmm. Like even there's a there's a comic book Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe or whatever, and like there's a page where he shoots Spider-Man and Spider-Man's like head explosive. I can't handle main characters being put in that light. It like really it makes me like queasy. I don't know what it is. I think it's like the projection or whatever of yourself on them. I can't handle that stuff.
No, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially like comic book heroes and stuff like that, because a lot of times that has more of a link to you as a kid.
Exactly.
It's like shooting SpongeBob. It's like, no, why would you? That's not going to be a funny joke.
Even though, why is always the joke a ghetto SpongeBob? What is up with that? Why is that a thing?
Okay. You guys, I think it was probably my cousins. I just remember, like, so you guys know I like SpongeBob a lot. For people who don't know.
We all do.
Yeah, I used to have a Christmas tree in our house year round that was just filled with SpongeBob decorations because, like, SpongeBob is one of my favorite shows. So, like, I went to a Wawa. I was just getting stuff. I was buying, like, oh, they had SpongeBob stuff, so I bought him. Girl was like, you know SpongeBob's gay, right? Just, like, randomly just says that to me. I was like, wait, what? Just, it's a different time. I was just a little kid hearing this, and I'm like, what? Why would you just say this?
What you do to my SpongeBob?
She's just trying to like force her opinion of SpongeBob on me. It's just like a little kid. It's like that was so weird. I just
and then you think back on that now, and you're like, he's not gay. He's a sponge.
Yeah.
That's not how that works. He's a sponge.
And Tom Kenny's happily married, so.
That's the voice. What?
I know, but like it evolved to people say. I remember people would say that around like the playground. Like, you know, like the voice actor Tom Kenny or for SpongeBob's gay. I'm like, Tom Kenny's gay. Like, it doesn't matter, but he's not anyway.
That was like the 90s. It was a different time. Somewhat. Hey, what other games?
Yeah.
Not really. Let's be honest. It wasn't really that different over time. You still find that stuff online. Sure, not that subject.
It's just the difference of like the way stuff is now. You can't really talk about that and not have it be. Not have someone on you, like in your Twitter feed calling you a bigot or whatever.
Yeah, it's best just to not get put your views out there. But anyway, let's get away from this political jargon. Miles, what have you been up to game wise?
Dragalia.
Oh, damn it!
Lots of. I mean, the thing is, like, okay, so in the past year, I played mostly Smash. Obviously.
Of course.
Been playing...
I'm glad that my prediction for you down in the comments was accurate.
What?
Oh, on the docket. On the docket.
There's a prediction in here?
For the show.
Why are you distracting him from talking?
I don't know. He's easily distracted.
Reading Smash Bros. Releases in 2008. What? Why am I reading them?
Well, because Ultimate's coming out, you know?
Yeah, but why am I reading releases since 2008?
Because that's when they were talking about, what, Brawl, right? And you would...
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you look up by the hour to see when Sonic would be announced.
Miles, tell Drummer about this.
No,
I would tell it.
They all know, but like, no one knows the teacher's name but us.
Oh, yeah.
So I've referenced. Okay, so anyone doesn't know. So the Brawl Dojo, right, used to update every morning. So when I would get up before I go to school, we had like a shared computer back then. So I would run down to the computer, all excited, check the update, and see who was in it. I still had this. I had a little notebook, which I put the Brawl Dojo thing on the front, just taped it on the front, open it up. I would print out pictures, cut them up, put them in, write little different things about each of the characters. Like, I was so excited. And the one day I couldn't check because I was running late, so my mom's like, "No, you can't check. Get in the car. We gotta go." So like, oh no, the bus was coming. So get ready for the bus. You can't check it. The one day I didn't check is the one day my friend Ryan does check, and then he goes, "Oh, they announced Sonic today." Yeah. And it's like, "Oh, they announced Sonic today." It's like, wait, you're lying. Because, like, I've been waiting. That's what I wanted. More than anything, I wanted Sonic. And it's like, they announced Sonic today. So what? You're not serious. There was like, no, they did. So, like, we were watching a video in religion class. We Are the Youth of the Nation one?
we are.
I still remember because of this. So like we were watching that video. So everyone's watching. I asked Mr. V. It's like, "Hey, can I just look up something on the computer?" It's like, "Okay, sure." So over there on the computer,
so much crap about it first. He was going to say yes the whole time, but he made it a big deal.
Yeah. And I was like, "Please, I need this." So I go over to the computer. Everyone's watching this Youth of the Nation video, and I'm over there freaking out in my little corner because Sonic got announced in Smash. Just rewatching the trailer, just looking at all the pictures, super excited. I'm pretty sure people were looking at me. I didn't care. That was my moment.
It's ironic how the day Sonic comes out, you were too slow to see it in the morning.
Okay. I literally never put that together.
I'm hilarious.
I just thought that it was a nice callback.
Yeah, it was.
Fair enough.
You know.
No, I enjoyed the dojo then too. I enjoyed it more back then because it was just.
It was like novel. You were getting like characters, stages, everything was just different. Now we kind of know everything, so it's more like here's this thing where they're like highlighting and telling us stuff we don't know.
Really, we know everything?
Yeah.
You were gonna call the Piranha Plant?
No, but I mean before the game comes out, we know.
I almost wish that like I went in blind. Like I shouldn't have watched it. I was gonna not watching it direct, but like it would have got spoiled for me eventually on memes and stuff.
Well, yeah, they kind of just wanted to before people before leaks, right? They want to get ahead of the leaks and just say, here's everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying personally, it would have been nice if I could have gotten the game and just gotten surprised. But like that's never gonna happen, right? That's just what I want, but it's not gonna happen. I'm happy for what Smash Bros. Is. I mean, anyone who complains about their character not being in the game is ridiculous.
Yeah, like I can understand, but like the point where people are going on like they didn't add Shadow, Isaac, and all these other characters assist trophies, but they put in a plant. Nah, this game is trash. No effort put in. It's like okay,
this game is trash. You guys are wasting. Nintendo lazy. They wasted time.
That was what kills me. The sheer amount of effort that they put in this game, and people act like that. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
Yo, if I beat Sakurai Smash, can I become a developer? Hate that. That one's the worst one.
No. Okay. So I know the person who did the Have you ever made a game before?
Yeah.
Right, from E3. That was Max Ketchum. So he's a player, right? He's a tournament player. So he was just there, like he wanted to more ask, like, have you ever? I think he more asked, did you ever think of the competitive side, or like, I don't know. He probably did ask, could I have a job to help you with the competitive side?
Not about that. I'm saying like someone tweeting
yeah.
Be like, I know the game better than you do. But...
Yeah, but my thing is like, I feel like too many people are in a spot where they feel like either you play it competitively or you play it casually. There's no in between. Which the great thing about Smash, you can play it however you want. And with Ultimate, they're taking that even further, where there's even more options to how to play the game. So I don't get when people are literally like, nah, I only play competitive, so competitive is the only thing that exists.
You like, For Honor scrubs. I'm just For me, for Glory, see, I don't even know. For Honor is a game by Ubisoft, but my issue, not issue with Smash Brothers, but like I just prefer it like casually and just play it with fun. After running tournaments in college, and I got burnt out on the whole thing. I really did.
That's not why.
No, I mean, again, because of tournaments in college and getting beaten in those tournaments, my own tournament, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, but there was one in particular.
I'm not going to say that on stream. I can put my balls out on the stream. No, it's but yeah, I still like Smash Bros, but I like it more competitively. I guess I understand the competitive scene more now than I did when I was younger. I was like, you got to change the game so much to make it competitive originally, but now it seems like they're making more concessions.
Yeah, it's like with Ultimate that makes me excited as a person who plays competitively. There's so many steps they're taking that are obvious nods to, yes, we understand competitive exists. Here's this thing that makes it better, or here's this way you can do it differently. Like, that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
From the Brawl days where tripping was literally put in because screw competitive.
Brawl's the best Smash game.
I mean, I still like Brawl, but like, tripping was dumb.
I don't know, man. I like Ultimate, but I'd say Brawl's the best not competitive game because of story mode. It's so cool.
God,
I rewatched it the other
awesome.
night. It was so cool. Like when Kirby does that like Dragoon like thing where he destroys that ship. Man, Kirby's always saving the day. But yeah. So you said you played Dragalia.
Yes.
What is Dragalia?
It is a mobile game co-developed by Nintendo and Cygames, and I love it because it's like an MMO. It's like a mobile MMO. So like you actually play with other people. You queue up for events and do stuff with other people. Events happen all the time. Like there's one going on right now. When one just finished like 5 days before this one started. They already announced the next one.
I'm assuming it's instance based and not very like open world.
No, it's not open world. It's just like it's basically like a hub technically, but it's not a hub. Like you have your own characters and your own stuff. You just do your own things. Then for some quests, you can queue up to play with other people. Or you could just do that same quest on your own if you're strong enough to do it on your own.
Kind of like a hunting game.
Kind of. It's like if you want to equate it, maybe Monster Hunter, not like gameplay wise, but like how the questing kind of is with other people.
Okay.
My only thing.
So you mean it's like Vindicta?
Okay. No, it's not like the game where you can't open mailbox for 2 years. No,
you could open your mail.
We always do this. What's the point of having a mailbox?
Because you can get items from people. You just can't read why you got them.
Yes, you read the mail and the game crashes, and they didn't fix that for 2 years, but they still put in these nice things you can buy for money.
It
was a long time.
Much longer than 2 years. Because me and Victor quit and rejoined the game multiple times.
Pretty much every 6 months we would do
that. Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking
of which, Victor.
Never played Vindictus again. After that happened for so long, I was like, nope, I'm done. Not playing
this. Still doesn't want to play Vindictus, doesn't want to play Paladins, doesn't even like video games.
Alright, Paladins, I gotta agree. That's a good game.
I don't know. I had like very little interest, and then it's like you have to buy the characters. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna play this.
Yeah, but it rotates pretty often.
I hate that system.
It's
like the only reason
giving you free heroes right now.
Yeah, I say he should try it, and then he can.
The only reason I play Smite is because I already bought the $30 pack. So like
they're literally giving you like the good heroes too. So
my argument is always the same. If you try it and say you don't like it, I can't fault you. But until you try it,
yeah, I'm not even gonna bother.
Yeah, it's all good. Let's play some Paladins later. Nah, but so more about what was it Dragalia or Dragalia Lost?
Dragalia.
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 But to me, it's fun because like
Batman's parents were killed. Drag Alley.
One thing I really like about this game is literally you can almost use any unit and make them like and actually do content with them.
What's a unit?
So just the hero. So like there's 5 elements: fire, water, wind. Why did I just go blank? Yeah, fire, water, wind, light, and dark. Light and dark beat each other, but it's player favored, right? So if you're playing light and do dark content, they deal less damage to you and you deal more damage to them. It's not like they deal more damage to you. So light and dark technically don't have a weakness. If you have a really good units of those type, you can just use them in anything. And then Fire beats wind, wind beats water, water beats fire, and that's just a triangle of those three.
Fire beats wind?
Yeah.
I guess.
Because fire is to lose the water, so it beats wind.
And like you said, you group up and fight bosses and stuff, like.
Yeah, so it's just like you can do just general content, which you have to do because just like it's an MMO. So like you grind up gear to like grind up things to make better weapons for your characters. You pull for dragons, you have to level them up, and like you during fights you actually gain during like content you're doing or just instance content basically. You gain little crystals that let you become the dragon that you have, and dragons have different specials. They buff your characters differently. Dragons of the same element buff that character's damage more, things like that.
Okay.
So yeah, it's fun. This game is so much
So
fun.
how's it control? You played on your computer though, right? With that.
Both phone and computer.
Okay.
So basically, you swipe, you just hold a direction, and they'll just move the direction you're holding. You just move your thumb. When you tap, they'll just attack wherever they're standing. You tap and hold, and they do something called a force strike. So they charge up an attack, and then when you let go, they release it. So like for swords and dagger, you're supposed to do tap, tap, hold, or for sword. So you do 2 swings and you hold it. You do a quick force strike and release it, and that does the most damage, like optimal damage, and you're building your like meter to use your specials faster.
Oh, okay.
So there's like actual tech in the game.
Yeah.
Some level of skill.
And there's PvP, right? Or no?
No, it's all PvE.
Oh, okay.
PvP in this game would be like, because the thing is like, it's a Cygames game, but it's Nintendo, so like it's not super predatory. But like some dude wanted a single dragon and definitely put in $3,000 before he got it.
Wow. So like, phone games are like, I just can't get into them because like, I don't know what it's about. I need a screen, man. I need
You have
a
a
big screen. A big one.
You got that
I
nice
actively
tablet.
play like quite a few.
I don't have a tablet. I don't believe in tablets.
You could get that nice tablet.
I don't believe in tablets.
You could
Now when I got a phone that does the same thing. But yeah, no, it's not for everybody. But I'm glad you enjoy it because hopefully that'll lead to you enjoying the new Diablo.
yeah. But besides these ones, like starting to play Phantasy Star again, Phantasy Star Online too, because like that game, I love that game. It's just like I love it, but it takes so much to grind and get up in it. So eventually, it's like okay, other stuff's going on, so probably
Too much
stop
to
playing
grind
for a
for
bit.
you. I'm definitely not playing that game.
Well, no, it's just like because you know what I do when I grind a game, I literally just open it up while I'm doing something else, so I just have it running in the background. So like Phantasy Star, like I'll just pop open a stream and I'll just play it, or like I'll be streaming and I'll just do stuff while I'm streaming.
Yeah, no. It's tough for me to play like a lot of MMOs because like I travel for work, so I'll be gone for 2 weeks and I come back and I'm like, what was I doing when I left?
I'm not gonna.
And funnily enough, he doesn't play mobile games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what the heck? No,
you really
'cause I have
fit
a
into your
Switch.
wheelhouse.
Got a Nintendo Switch, which is kind of like a tablet. But I have I did download RuneScape for mobile. I haven't tried it
There's
yet.
a
I'm gonna try it.
RuneScape mobile.
Yeah, RuneScape
What?
Classic
Some
Mobile
Maple
came out.
Story mobile too.
Okay, just
Yeah,
delete that.
recent. What
I
RuneScape?
have Maple Story mobile.
Why delete RuneScape?
Delete that.
You like RuneScape?
I liked RuneScape,
Damn.
Yeah.
and then I got hacked
Until-
twice, and then it's like, nope,
Here's the story.
I'm done.
I got full Eddie G.
I was
Oh
so
my
upset.
God.
For me.
I was so upset. Okay, fine. So we used to play RuneScape a lot, just in a
Oh
group.
no.
And
You ever heard this before?
yes,
Like 10 times.
and then I
oh.
had a full set of adding
was
G.
sick.
So it's adamant armor, and the G's because it's trimmed with gold. You can only get that through special events. Someone gave
Mind
me
you,
like
mind you, everyone in the audience who hasn't played, it does nothing.
it's
Yeah,
adamant
it's
armor. It just
absolutely
looks
It just
cool.
looks nice.
So
The G looks nice.
So I had it. I had a full set because someone gave me 2 pieces in a quiz, and I did some trading and got a full set. I was feeling so good. Then I don't know how I did.
Eddie.
And then I had a dwarf multi-cannon that I got because I convinced everyone to farm flax for me.
What the hell is a dwarf multi? I still don't know what that is.
It's literally
You put it
it's a
down on the ground
cannon,
and it fires
yeah.
cannonballs.
You
at
put it
people.
down, you make cannonballs. You just put it down, and it just fires in a circle. It keeps turning around and firing. So it'll just kill everything. You just make cannonballs and put it into it. But I
Oh, I want
remember
that.
I farmed up for it because I convinced everyone to help me make flax that I sold.
Bowstrings.
Yeah.
One person ran to get bowstrings. One person turned them into bowstrings. Another person sold them on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't work with you guys. So I played a game too consistently, and all I did was chop wood.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was like 2 hours and just like get lost.
Yeah, RuneScape was That's why I can't play again because like I try to like look into it. It's like, oh, what are my accounts still there? You've been banned. Oh, not playing this. This game.
What you do to get banned,
bro? I didn't play. Like literally, it was like, okay, so my password.
Yvonne.
Yeah, probably.
Honest.
It probably was. My password used to be my name, so it used to be Miles. It used to be my RuneScape password. So like. Ryan's little brother Chris told this kid at ACS I was arguing with, like, oh yeah, this is his password. So he went in and stole all my shit.
Wasn't it Paul DiMaggio or something?
I can't remember his name.
Eric Hilliman.
Yes, it was Eric. That's right.
I think it is Paul DiMaggio. I would call him Paul DiMaggio because it looked like his name was Paul DiMaggio.
So I lost all my stuff. So after that, it's like, you know what? I'm done. No, but then I actually farmed it up all again. Then I got hacked again. So it's like, no, I'm done.
Well, all that time you could have been cutting logs with me.
I remember we had a member house, Zyme Dragons. Remember that?
Remember what?
Zyme Dragons, XYMME.
I don't know what that is.
What? That was our group for RuneScape.
No, that was y'all. I didn't really play RuneScape with you guys. I played while you guys played. Remember, I didn't really play with you guys much.
Crazy.
Because all I did was cut wood and fish.
Crazy.
I was a low level guy that just sort of tagged along. I would just follow you guys to every high level zone.
Yeah, it was really
like
you and Ryan and Yvonne were way into it.
And Chris.
Yeah.
A little less than yeah, it's me, Ryan, Yvonne.
Chris H?
Yeah. He played it a little
H
bit.
with?
Not as much.
Yeah.
We convinced him eventually.
You trying to get him in a while.
It was, yeah, that wasn't going to happen. I brought him, he came over, we played.
We say that Ryan and Yvonne played, but really they just chopped wood too, but just at a much higher level than Victor did.
Yeah.
Like the amount, like they would just be on for hours, just running around high level areas, chopping down yew trees for just hours.
The yew trees.
I don't know, so I can't tell you.
That was almost as big of a flashback as when Victor said, "You remember 2 half hitches?" I was like, "What? 2 half hitches?"
Oh no! Stop! Stop with 2 half hitches.
Oh, another story? Okay.
No, it's not a good story.
This is Boy Scouts. It's like with the most common knot we did in Boy Scouts. By the way, can you two please go get your Eagle Scout stuff?
Not on stream, man.
Just go get it.
No,
you literally just to go to his house. Just go get it.
It's not at his house. It's at ACS.
Easier.
I would rather go to his house than go to ACS.
It's even easier. You don't even have to talk to Mr. K. You just go in and get it.
Michael has family that goes there. Michael, can you just tell your family to get it for us?
No, I don't want to go in there. They told me before they don't know where the key is.
Yeah. Miles, friend, that was the issue. We need the key for the day. You know where it is.
Which means that we still need to go through them anyways.
Doesn't Mr. K have? Wasn't that key on top? I thought for sure they put the key on top.
It probably is.
Miles, it's been like 6 years.
Bro, you really think?
I can't just walk
you
into
really
a
think
school
they wouldn't just leave it on top?
2018. I'm a grown man. I can't just walk into a school in 2018.
We went to the school for most of our childhood lives. They're not gonna care. Yes, you can.
Not in 2018.
You can walk in and all the teachers like, "Hey, it's good to see you again. How you been doing?"
What do you mean all the teachers? None of them are there anymore.
Except for Mrs. Newman.
No, Mrs. Hitchner came into the store. It was like,
she doesn't like us.
It's like, "Oh, Miles." Like, it's like, "Oh, it's good to see you." Yeah, Kaylee works. Good excuse. One of our friends works there. There you go.
I'm not friends with her.
We were the same class with all time. You can just use it. Just walk in. It's fine.
Kaylee, can I go into these kids' closet for my Eagle Scout, Kaylee?
I mean, you could literally go and talk to the principal. Yeah, I left years ago. My Eagle Scout stuff is locked in there. Would you happen to know where the key is? But go to the office. They'll let you get it.
Alright, whatever. Anyway, video games. What were we talking about? Sonic Adventure 2
I'm playing
Tetris. Which Tetris?
Puyo Tetris.
Oh yeah, you were playing that on stream. Did you you played Tetris Effect, so you have that or no? Did you play the demo?
Nah.
That's big. Or it looks good. But
yeah, I'll probably play eventually. It's just not a multiplayer. I
yeah.
really like the battle aspect of Puyo Tetris. So yeah. Just
what
playing
about,
regular Tetris like
What about Paladins? What are your views on that game compared to like Overwatch or whatnot?
What? My views on Paladin? Oh,
yeah.
It takes away the. I don't know. For me, just Overwatch got so toxic that it really bugged me. It wasn't fun anymore. Every solo queue, which solo queuing in general is just awful, but At least when I solo queued on Paladins, people just didn't seem to care. Solo queuing in Overwatch, everybody yells at you. It's just not.
Yeah, they want you to play the certain character.
And that's too a certain lineup, or if you don't really know how to play a character and you're kind of stuck to play that role.
Yeah, because the issue Overwatch has a meta, and there's certain characters like there's certain meta that always works, and
that kind of stopped me too.
Yeah,
there always seems to be a pro Genji.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed Genji, but then Genji got nerfed to hell, and so whenever I played Genji, if I wasn't like just amazing from the get go, everybody just yell at you.
Yeah,
so it's like,
it is toxic like that. Definitely right.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like every match, it wasn't just like it's just a bad match. No, every match it was always somebody just being toxic.
Yeah,
so I haven't really gotten that from Paladins. I'm sure like if I played it enough, maybe I'd get to that level, but
I didn't really get that neither from Paladins. I noticed that too. I guess because you gotta pick a character in the beginning, and that's the time you yell at somebody when there's no heal in the beginning.
Yeah. But, I think it's a benefit of it being technically a smaller game than Overwatch. You can have a lot more people.
Play account. Yeah.
Be playing Paladins are going to be the people who want to play Paladins.
Mm-hmm.
There to like try to have a good time.
Instead of I have to play this because this is what everybody's playing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
it's like Fortnite.
Okay. I was at my sister's play today. They did Elf Junior, which is like the story of Elf, but for middle schoolers, and they sing a lot. And this like dude is playing Fortnite while everyone's singing. Like he's sitting in the crowd, like he wasn't part of the show, but he's sitting next to me. Like it's like 12-year-old kid with like some Jordans on playing Fortnite. I was so mad. I was like, why did you even come? You're playing a bad version of the game. Go play it at home. But anyway, we should probably get into. I think we spent a lot of time talking. Let's go into the news and what's been going on. We don't have a news song, but we're working on it.
What?
News.
What? Are you promising transitions though?
Yeah, we should do transitions.
You got transition money?
Miles, how many years have we been running this podcast?
Yeah, man. Why are
we are professionals at this point.
Pretty soon will be one podcast per year.
The highly anticipated.
Yes, every time BlizzCon rolls around, we'll be right back.
Creative, man. All right. Speaking of BlizzCon, see, you're still ready. You're still in the podcast mindset. Speaking of BlizzCon, let's talk about that. Like, I mean, what do you guys think? Like, it wasn't really like some highlights you want to talk about. Like,
I'm sad Mike Morheim stepping down.
Yeah, but it's inevitable, right? I mean, he's getting old. And
I don't know, because it feels like all the old guard at Blizzard, all the people with character who are like the stage presence are like gone. Besides Jeff Kaplan.
They were talking about that.
You lost your Ghostcrawler, you lost Metzen, you're losing Morheim, and even though Morheim wasn't part of the creation process, he's still a part of it.
Yeah, he opens the show every year. But people were saying on an instance that the guys have been around for years. They were saying the guys that we think of that has the charisma, they used to be awkward too. Apparently, Jeff Kaplan used to be kind of goofy, but now he's been doing it for years. He's been fine. So once these guys get experience being on stage, they'll get better at it too. Because they weren't that great.
The issue that I have with the new guys is I don't really like the way that they're taking some of the stories like WoW and stuff like that.
Yeah. What do you think, Michael? What do you think about a WoW too? Since you've been playing, you and Miles been playing WoW since high school.
Yeah.
Wait, I've been playing since high school too. Well, when I first started playing WoW, all I did was
we've been playing since middle school. You've been playing since high school.
You started middle school too, Miles?
Yeah.
They started high school.
Yeah, Miles was back in vanilla back when he had a potato computer.
Yeah, so it could barely run the game.
Made it past
I could walk into Westfall and it would start crashing. I remember that. I finally got to Westfall, whole thing crashed. Well, can't play this.
Remember, Michael? Remember when I got Cataclysm and it crashed my computer?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you decided to take the train into Stormwind.
You're like, what are you doing? Your computer can't handle Stormwind. I get this question.
I had to log into your account from my computer just to get you out of Stormwind so you could log back in. Because you couldn't do anything. Your computer would crash immediately. Oh my gosh.
God, I think about early
Remember
WoW.
back in the day, Miles was looking forward to leveling his warlock to level 40. So I could
dual wield. Yes, I remember.
Yeah,
I had the guide. I don't think I can find it anymore. But I had the guide for WoW, and there's a picture of a warlock, and it looked like they were dual wielding, but it was just an offhand. But it just looked like another weapon. It's like I can't wait to get high level. I want to dual wield. And then,
and I remember you telling me because you're like, no, because when I click on it, my character says I can't do that yet.
Yes, that was the thing. I can't do that yet. So I was like, oh, I just gotta level it.
Because you're a spellcaster. Why the frig would you need?
Now they changed it. Actually, what's funny now when I try to equip because I got one of the Warglaives just dropped when I was just running Black Temple.
Oh wow,
and it says you can never equip this. They just let you know. They just let you know, like, yeah, no.
Miles, I like to imagine that that's because of you. Part of me is just like, no. We've had too many mistakes happen over the years. We gotta make it clear to people.
Man,
Gender another generation to this.
So
I'm so sad because I think about early WoW, and like anytime I think about early WoW, the Elwyn 4 starts playing in my head, and like I miss that feeling of just opening an MMO, having this whole world just open to you, and just like figuring it all out. I want that so badly, but like all the new MMOs, what they exist, they're all like Korean or Japanese ones. So like it's not that full open experience, and it's
Probably not.
You're never gonna get what it used to be. I mean, I tried to like Final Fantasy 14. Like I liked it, but it wasn't what it was when I was originally leveling WoW. Like something about WoW, just like hopping on the back of like a rocket at level 2 and having Michael show me the whole like continent. It was just an awesome feeling.
I remember. Yeah. I did that with Chris. I remember he hopped in my rocket, and I took him into the catacombs before he owned it. But it's because he was in the rocket with me, it let him go there.
Oh, wow. Michael, why didn't you do that with me?
I did do that with you. I dropped you off in Oldham. I was flying over Oldham, and then I kicked you out of the seat.
I probably didn't fully realize what was going on back then.
No, you had no idea. Another thing, and I did this with you and Nicole and stuff like that.
Oh.
And bring it up, but she was there too. But I would actually, I remember I took my shaman and took you guys, and I ran you guys up all the way to the northern part of the Eastern Kingdoms, and I put water walking on all of us, and we ran around like the edge of the world.
Oh, that was fun.
It was out there.
I do remember that. That was a lot of fun. Man, before I had flying.
Yeah. Man, but actually, to be honest, nowadays, like some of the most fun that I've had, like leveling in WoW, has lately has been constricting myself and making myself not take a flying mount when I do leveling, just that way I can enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very inefficient because you're not flying.
Yeah, I can't do that.
More fun.
Like I get the fun of it, but when I'm leveling, my mind is on I need to get the max level because that's when the game starts. that's how I play.
Like, I remember originally leveling in WoW. Like, I didn't understand what max level was about. I was like, why the game's over? Because like I remember Michael would always be like, Victor, why aren't you leveling? Because I need to farm things to make money. So
I remember. Like 60, I think I would tell you that like, too. I would see you sometimes. It's like, what level are you? It's like, oh yeah, I gotta work on the oxen house. Like, bro, just level.
I remember that. Like, I got all these skins, bro. These skins are hot. I'm getting like 3 gold a stack. Man, I missed those. But yeah, I mean, like, so right now, as we talked about WoW in the past couple of minutes, like, why aren't you guys still playing the game? Like, what's up with that?
I'm not really the biggest.
Like, what stops you from playing WoW now? I mean, besides like, not having one to play with, because I'm not playing right now because I just haven't really gotten into it. But like, I will
say first off, like, there's like a general fatigue with just playing WoW. Has been years. It's been over 10 years since my account's been active.
Yeah, a long time of playing the game.
Because I started the game like right before Burning Crusade launched. At the time, I had no idea that Burning Crusade was even launching. Because I wasn't paying attention to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started in vanilla, but then like I just couldn't run it. Like literally, that laptop was one my mom had from work that I could just use, and it just couldn't run the game. So like I stopped. Then Michael's like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing." It's like, "You're playing finally?" But he's on a different server. So I loved Mike. Actually, funny enough, for those who don't know, the name McDareth was made for that character in WoW. That's the first time I ever used the name, and like I wanted to keep my characters, so I
generated or
no, I made it. Literally, I wanted something medieval sounding, Mick, something cool sounding, Dare, something medieval again, F.
Like Trilla VX.
Very medieval sounding. Medieval sounding there.
Mick Trilla VX.
VXF.
Yeah, it was like end of Burning Crusade because you were already max level, and I caught up as Burning Crusade was ending, and then in Lich King we were both playing more.
Remember, I probably still have snapshots. Like I probably still have screenshots of you hitting max level because I remember I was there when you hit level 70.
That's so cool. I wasn't there. I was too busy playing Call of Duty.
Call of Booty.
No, I didn't really play until I started in Wrath. I remember because I started Rain of Arrows and Ammo.
God, Wrath was so good. Every time I think back, that expansion was so good.
Yeah, especially me being level 55 or no 60 something because I know I was in Outland getting the best fur in Outland.
I remember everyone was hating on Wrath when that was coming out though.
Really?
But I remember being like, actually, and it still sort of holds up. The worst part about Wrath is just like it's very blue. Although granted, Legion is all green, so it's not like the game has gotten better from that. Legion was all black and green. Wrath was all black and blue.
Yeah.
Everything was very dull. All of your armor was like brown, leather. Because, they're like, let's be realistic with it. And
yeah, that was the only bad part. The leveling armor all sucked. It all was trash. I hated it. Then, like, the actual armor from Instances was great.
I think what made it worse is actually going from Burning Crusade, which is era of the clown costume.
Yeah.
Colorful. Everything is a different color. And then you go into Wrath, and everything is brown. Red brown, blue brown, green brown. It's all brown. Sometimes it's brown brown. Sometimes black brown. But it's still brown.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think when I was leveling back in the day, my favorite leveling zone was Wrath. I mean, I didn't play Wrath at the time. I didn't get to Wrath until you guys were at like Kata. Either you guys were Kata or Pandaland, I think. Probably Pandaland.
I think it was Kata.
And, yeah, that's when I got the Wrath, and because that's when I started playing more. It was when I got my
yeah, because you got to level cap in Kata, I think.
Yeah. No, I think so. Yeah, you're right. I get the level cap in Kata.
Yeah, because then you paid your way through Pandaland.
Yeah, I didn't play Pandaland. I still haven't to this day. Never will.
Those 3 expansions were they were good.
Yeah.
Well, I say they were good, but I'm a raider, so like for me the raiding content they were good.
Yeah, I mean it was still also novel. I mean it was just
the biggest issue with Kata was honestly like from a lore perspective, everything was just spread out.
Yeah, everything was spread out,
and really everything was just stuff. Everything was just like, all right, so let's take all of the old stuff and just rehash it all.
Yeah,
is basically the point of it. It's like, all right, so remember Anixia, we're bringing her back up. Remember Nefarian, we're bringing him back up. Deathwing, yeah, he's been asleep for a while. Let's bring him back up and kill him.
What was that?
Everyone wants to fly in the world, so let's do that.
What was that? Something Descent. What was that raid called?
Blackwing Descent.
Blackwing Descent. That was fun. That was a fun.
Was that Deathwing's raid?
No, Deathwing is
that was Nefarian.
Dragon Soul is Deathwing's raid.
That was Dragon Soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
With Thrall and his pregnant wife.
With Thrall sitting there at like the Maelstrom doing that weird dance for the whole expansion.
And then you gotta ride on Deathwing's back.
Oh yeah, I remember we did that. Me, you, and Chris.
That fight was so cool. It was very annoying, cool. But it was such a cool fight. Like actually doing it on the hard difficulty was annoying
because he gotta jump back and forth on both sides of the spine.
Yeah.
Otherwise he'd die.
And then he turns into a tentacle monster for some stupid reason.
Because old gods, am I right?
Old gods. I wanted to actually raid in the current expansion, but I played it. So I played as my hunter, and I was like, it's just too it's two face rolls a hunter. And they just got burnt out.
I just feel like current WoW. This is like my problem, right? I still like raiding, but like it's way simpler. Like when playing a warlock, I used to have like 10 buttons set up. I use all my mouse buttons. I'm like swapping between buttons and doing all this cool stuff, all these really cool mechanics that were like, yeah, they were probably too complicated.
To everything, getting ready with all your utility abilities, and being like, I'm gonna find out these buffs.
Like, oh my god! In MoP, when all my triggers would prop and I drop a chaos bolt, it would do 5 million damage. I hit 2 targets with that. That was sick. And I was like, me playing around what's happening, reacting and doing. Now it's just you just do your rotation. You pop a cooldown, you do the rotation. It's just like, my problem with current WoW is I feel like they homogenize the classes too much. Like classes had cool stuff, like they had unique buffs, like Rogue giving tricks of the trade. Yeah, it gave you more threat, but it gave you more crit. So like, if you could manage your threat, which by the way, threat doesn't exist anymore, which is also stupid.
No.
But when you could manage your threat with tricks up, you could do tons of extra damage, and they gave Warlocks Dark Intent. So when one of you crits, the other one gets more crit, or I think it's haste.
Do you remember the one ability that only lasted one expansion for Druid Symbiosis, where you put it on another character, they get a spell, you get one of their spells.
Oh yeah, that was like there's so many cool things, and nowadays WoW is like
aspect of the pack,
we're all just
and like y'all getting dazed.
Yeah, okay, no.
Hunters for life.
We ride together, we die together.
Especially with the aspect of the pack on.
And nowadays, it's just like, you just play WoW, and it's, your class is very forced in a way. Like, I think it's the Overwatch problem, where, like, Blizzard is basically dictating how it plays. Not like, here are the tools, find out what works. Like, Elitist Jerks used to be around, which was literally a website that went through and theory craft all the stuff, theory craft rotations, gear, what your item things would be, and you like sat there. Like, I was in high school. I remember during our breaks in high school, I would literally go and theory craft my character during break, because like I want to do max damage. What Elitist Jerks?
That's what you were doing while I was playing Birth by Sleep in high school. You were theory crafting.
Yes.
They should be playing Kingdom Hearts.
I couldn't remember. You had my PSP.
Yeah.
I had a PSP Go.
Yeah, PSP Go.
So I couldn't play.
Oh yeah, I sold my PSP for money.
Yes, and I gave you mine and bought a Go, so we could keep playing Monster Hunter.
Money.
Yeah, at least once.
Remember when we were playing Monster Hunter Orientation and Father Paul walked in and it saw you play?
Only the white ones count. That's a different story for another time.
What? Okay.
That's it.
Okay, so WoW, right?
Let's
go. World of Warcraft.
So yeah, like I really want them to do.
Is that what it is?
What? I really want them to do a WoW too.
Turns out people are really angry.
Yeah, I mean, so how would they do that story wise? Would it be like a Guild Wars thing where they just advance story? Or
yeah, you just advance it, like skip ahead 20 years or something. Make Anduin an adult and just keep going. Okay, hold on. I'll tell you about story. Why they kill Varian? I'm still pissed.
They killed Varian a while ago.
I'm still pissed. He's literally one of the coolest Alliance heroes there ever was. He had a whole comic, which I own, by the way, when they finally introduced him, all the lore behind him in the past. He had his own book, which I've read, and then now he's just dead. And it's like, oh, okay, great. You finally made this character go from, I'm just the gladiator who is angry at the Horde, to, I want to protect my son and help this union grow, to, oh, I just died.
They had a character with a full character arc. The full character. He was a full character with everything, with a full history that you could look back on. And they're like, nope, he died in a cutscene.
So
stupid. Especially how the way he handled things at the end of Mists of Pandaria, which was really cool.
It was so cool.
Like 10 minutes
it was
later.
Like literally Varian, like last expansion, I'll say a year ago, whatever. But Varian before that time literally would not have done what he did. He literally, in that one moment, he grew and it's like, okay, you can deal with him since he's part of your alliance.
I think part of that was like, I'm a little iffy on Laura at that point, but didn't he end up like kind of getting on like, what's her name? Sylvanas? Didn't they have like a weird friendship?
No.
Something like that?
No, he never.
No, but
never
no, he was going to have peace talks with Lorthamar.
Of what?
Talks with Lorthamar, Blood Elves.
Yeah, okay. So I was saying he was
not Sylvanas. No one likes Sylvanas. That's just in lore. No one likes her.
Because she's
dead. Not a single person likes her unless you're already dead.
But my point was like he was trying to negotiate peace. So like where he was doing would be in conflict with the whole
Yeah, but they could have done it differently. They could have done that differently. Like, I get it, right? They've killed people before. They killed the Bolvar 4 Dragon, which was that was one of the coolest cutscenes.
Oh, he's not quite dead.
He
shows up sometimes, but
he's dead.
Yeah,
he's the Lich King now, but he's dead.
Yeah. He shows up sometimes in Legion to be like, "Ooh, hey, you Death Knights, I want you to go and like raise these people from the dead, because you know."
Just kidding you. We're not raising him from the dead, even though you wanted us to do that. What's that character's name? Why am I
Tyrion.
Yeah, Tyrion.
That was okay. I'm not gonna lie. Tyrion becoming a Death Knight would have been one of the coolest things ever.
Nah, he won't stay dead.
But
that would have been the best. Like, I'll be honest. Because
Paladins had backlash because that's kind of hard.
Paladins?
First off, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like the storyline of the Death Knights is actually making a lot of enemies. Like they went like your first make one of your first new horsemen is you go to a horde graveyard, you sneak in there, you steal the body of Nazgrim, and you're a Death Knight now. And you're like, all right, we got to get out of here before the hordes show up because they don't want us to do this. Because you know,
Death Knights are just undead, aren't they? In a way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Don't have.
They're all like war heroes or just really strong people who died and were risen as Death Knights. Except the original Death Knights were like warlocks.
Yeah.
Who had souls of heroes put into their bodies.
Or shamans or something like that, or Terran Gore.
Yeah, that's why warlocks had a death coil. Because it would carry over. And then they got rid of that, like they did meta when they put in Demon Hunters.
Well, you still have death coil if you're you know, unholy.
No, like Death Knights have it, but they took it off warlocks because they made Death Knights.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's right. They gave you Mortal Coil instead.
Yeah, they just changed the name. Did the same thing.
Yeah.
So you're saying like a WoW 2, I mean, do you think because you think WoW?
I want them to do it because okay, so I never played EverQuest, but EverQuest Next looked really good because it was updated graphics, all these new ideas. I think the problem is WoW is how much more can you do with WoW?
Not much. I mean,
that engine is super old. You can't, unless you rebuild the game, you can't really do anything with the engine. At this point, they keep trying to change little subtle things, but as they keep changing stuff, they just keep making classes less unique to what they were.
I think I said I remember talking with you about this before, Victor. I think that if they're gonna do it, like Miles said, they have to do a time skip. But what I would want to see is like a sort of like almost like 100-year time skip.
That's what I was saying. Something really far.
Advanced technology with it.
That'd be actually interesting.
Like reduce
like Avatar, like the next, like the Legend of Korra ish.
Reduce the aspect of magic somewhat. Have that be more of an elven thing. However, you want to tie up World of Warcraft like as it is. However, you want to tie that up and just sort of have that like, all right, and then everyone just sort of goes their separate ways.
Yeah, and then have a new class like in Guild Wars 2. There's literally a class that your abilities are based off of characters from like the first game, so you can call upon like the spirits of the first game, which is kind of cool. The Revenant class. Something like that could be cool too.
My thing also with WoW story is we've already fought Sargeras, basically. That was the big end goal.
Yeah.
Like what? He literally stabbed the planet.
He's not dead though. Illidan went to go find him in subspace or something.
Yeah, but now him and Illidan are like fighting.
No. Illidan went off into subspace to make sure that he stays there.
Yeah, Illidan wants to finish him finally. So like we fade away. So like Illidan, a cool character, got his story brought back and wrapped up finally. Redemption for Illidan. That was really cool. Which is funny because that was a thing from BlizzCon many years before Legion. It's like,
I remember that.
We were there at the lore panel. Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? What happened to?
Someone went up and asked Chris Metzen, will you guys ever do something with Illidan again? He asked the crowd, you guys want to see Illidan again? And everyone cheered. He's like, okay, we'll do it.
Yeah. They were like, if there's any one character that deserves like a redemption arc, it's definitely going to be Illidan.
Definitely right about that.
And that's what he got.
It was cool. And he got his own class. The Illidan class.
Except, instead of keeping him around as a character, they just, now he's all fighting Sargeras for forever.
Yeah, well, I think the issue also with storytelling is that characters have their own goals, and sometimes they reach, their goals makes it that like they can't be part of the game anymore. Like,
You
It's just the way it is. It'd be weird if Illidan didn't do that. You know what I mean? Like that was his goal. So if he came back to be a character to hang around, that almost be kind of corny. He ended up like Malfurion getting his butt kicked all the time. You know, you don't want him to be. You don't want him to end up as a B tier character. I'd rather have him finish his arc and still be badass. Memory.
Also, why'd they kill Ysera? I'm still pissed off about that too. They just came back when you mentioned Malfurion.
Yeah, they did. I don't like that as a.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. That's just.
Okay, we should probably move on from
Yeah, you're right.
One last thing.
Like, they didn't even kill her like our main, like, it was like...
No, it was like Fandral of all characters kills Ysera. Like, come on.
Yeah. And she got that cutscene of her falling. It wasn't that good.
So stupid. Okay, well, WoW Classic, real fast.
Yeah.
Good or bad idea?
WoW Classic. It sucks. All right,
it's a bad idea.
Yeah, see, I'm glad you both agree with me. It's like, WoW Classic is not a good idea because original WoW, if they don't change anything, was shit. It was not a good game.
I'm just gonna say, anyone who thinks that WoW Classic is a good idea, go take a look at any vanilla talent calculator and tell me that you can make for every talent tree of every class, because you can't.
Yeah, you can't. Like in BC and Wrath, you could. Like there were ways to use it, but vanilla, no, you can't. If you play Druid, you are playing Restoration. Feral, what's that? Warlock, you play Destruction, and you press Shadow Bolt. That's all you press.
If you're Feral, either literally have a computer playing the game for you because of how many things you need to keep active at the same time, that there's no way you can humanly do it. If you wanted to tank dungeons on that, because guess what? Crushing blows, haha.
Yeah.
You're dead in any raid. You can't go beyond dungeons.
Something more meta.
And your swipe only hits 3 people anyway, so.
Yeah. If you want to be more meta, it's like, I want to play as a shaman, but all my friends are Alliance.
Yep.
Oh, because I can't play as a shaman.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just
bloodlust, no heroism. Paladins, you were holy, and that's it. Other 2 specs.
No bloodlust. That wasn't until BC.
Oh yeah, they did that then. All right.
My final thoughts on that is that I always prefer.
But they had Tremor Totem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, Fire Mage? What's that? Molten Core exists. Everything resists fire.
No, sorry.
Stupid.
Fire Mage, yes, Fire Mage. Hey, guess what, Molten Core? You gotta change spec. What do you mean you gotta change spec? I played this spec since launch. One of the other ones. How do I spec them? I don't know. You don't? Because they're not built for it?
Vanilla.
Yeah. Like I said, my closing thoughts is that I just prefer company to move forward. I mean, I do always like classic collections sometimes and stuff, but I prefer when that stuff is outsourced to someone else. Or like I like the idea of like, I know it's probably not true because I don't know how their teams are handled, but for me, I'm thinking there isn't more WoW stuff because WoW Classic's being made. I know that's not the right way to think of it, but that's how I feel, and I prefer them work on something new with a WoW, like a WoW 2 or something like that. I
just feel like WoW Classic is just a straight up a bait. Like literally, it's a bunch of people's like, do you remember the good old days of old WoW? And then like all these new people's like, yeah, well, old WoW's supposed to be better, right? Let's go play that. Wait, I can't play any of these specs? Then it's just like, yeah, old WoW wasn't that great. It was just like, it was good for its time, but its competitor was like the original EverQuest.
Yeah, it's just what they're trying to do with the community, so they're asking for. They're trying to do that.
Yeah, WildStar tried that and then failed because 14-point attunements is dumb. No one wants to do that. God.
Speaking of which, WildStar closed down.
Yeah, I saw that. That was I was a little sad, but at the same time, it was like you definitely shipped this game with attunements where you need to do 14 things, and you thought no one's gonna poach guilds. Crazy.
Yeah, I wanted to play WildStar, but I just never got a computer at the time. But all right, I think it's time for us to move on to a different game. Diablo Immortal. I mean, we all know the issues surrounding Diablo Immortal. My biggest issue, personally, is how they announced it, not what they announced. It's like, they should have just said Diablo 4 was in development, but until you guys get that game, here's Diablo.
That's like the easiest way to do this and not have people upset. Just say, yeah, Diablo 4, we know you want it, it's coming. But in the meantime,
back to what Bethesda did in E3, right?
Yeah.
Is they went like, look, Elder Scrolls Blades, right? And then they're like, guess what? announced. We don't even have a subtitle for it yet.
Yeah,
Just this weird panoramic shot of some.
You know what's coming.
But everybody lost their minds because you just know it's going to happen.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's all that they needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
They should have just ended with being like, by the way, Diablo 4 is in development, so you know.
Yes,
but
look forward to it.
But in the meantime, we got a phone game.
But here's the way, again, my cynical attitude towards it. They know Blizzard's been doing this for years. They know people are going to get mad, but we're going to do this anyway because we know you're going to get Diablo 4. We know you're going to try Immortals anyway. But they know they're going to piss people off because people pay $200 just for a ticket to get there, not counting hotel fare and travel or whatever. And then like they want to play PC games. That's why they're there. You know, everything else is like good and bad, but you're there for PC games. And for you to put a non-PC game on a main stage
as a closing thing.
As a closing thing. It's just asinine. And you know they did it on purpose. Their company has been around for years. They know how to run fucking conferences.
The last announcement of the opening ceremony, and then it was the first thing on the main stage immediately.
So people who don't know a lot about Blizzcon, they always do this. The biggest announcement is always the last one, and then immediately after it, the main stage is on that announcement because everyone wants to hear about it.
They make the actual mistake, the actual real mistake of handing the audience
the mic before the Q&A on the next day.
Yeah.
That was a bad idea.
Well, I heard usually Q&As are like curated, but the fact that like that game was only announced so like that.
Well, no, they literally have a thing for Q&As. Like literally, there's a panel for Q&As.
Usually on the second day.
Yeah, and Diablo had one, but it was just like they just decided, oh, we got some extra time. Who's got some questions? It's like no.
Bad call.
Yeah.
Called out for a lunch break. They should have been like, all right, we're done.
Not more
there's
talking.
There's a burrito bowl over there. Go try it out.
Oh, those were so... I forgot.
Peace out.
I forgot about the burrito bowls.
Yeah. I think, like, again, it was mainly a big thing. A big thing was them treating it like this is a mainline entry in the franchise. If they treated it like it was a side thing that we get to have for fun, like, yeah. But they treated it as though, like, this is the Diablo game you want to be playing, and that's what pissed.
And mind you, it was the only Diablo
yes, that's all the Diablo that.
Now, granted, I'm sure the game's gonna be fun to play, and I'm sure it's gonna be whatever, but it's not what we want. We don't want to rehash the Diablo 3 content put into a phone.
Yeah, my thing is like I play phone games, and like I'm a Diablo fan, so like I'm like this game is kind of for me, but even still, it's like I still wanted PC Diablo. I've waited so long for it, and then they announced this. It's like I'll play it because I play phone games, but like, you know, even me, I wanted like Diablo 4.
You're gonna get mad because the abilities are cooldown, so you can't keep spinning like you spin in Diablo.
That was only one character. What's wrong with spin to win?
Spin the whole time.
What's wrong? I was getting that loot.
Yeah, sure.
That's
is this the character that you gave them like a max level item, like at level 20?
No, I guess I got lucky.
Turned it up to Torment 6.
I got lucky and found the legendary ring that makes it so I can just spin forever while leveling. So I did that build.
All right, let's move on here. We're running out of time. Let's go on to let's talk a little bit about next year and a little bit of futurism. I know skip some things, but we can cover things another time. So Sony is actually, I heard rumors of them not being at E3, and there's a rumor that the next PlayStation is going to get announced next year. It's going to come out next year, but make it announced next year.
So my thing is, after their last E3, I don't blame them for skipping this one.
What happened with the last E3?
Bro, those like multiple show things they were doing where they had someone play music and then they were going to change the venue every time. But the people at home have to wait for everyone to move so we can keep going.
I don't really remember. I don't remember E3. That's E3.
And like there was a rumor that they actually had more venues, but they rised up and it's like, okay, this is dumb. So they just left it where they were.
Yeah.
Because there was like 4 like different blocks they did.
Oh yeah, you were there, so you had a different take on that, right? You were there.
You know, I didn't go to that was before E3 opened, but I was okay. I was there watching it with people, and it's like, what are you doing? Like I was at Shofu's room. We were watching it there.
Yeah.
Honestly, it could also just be like because those stage plays pretty much that they put out, they cost a lot of money.
Yeah. It was a lot of money, and it really felt like they gave up and didn't even use the last ones.
Yeah,
but like, sort of gotten to the point, like the gaming culture has sort of gotten to the point where we don't really need E3 anymore for announcements.
No, I feel like E3 is still, well, I guess for different reasons. Because like now that I've gone, I see the side of E3 was like, oh, I'm going here for business, right? So you got to have business cards. You're meeting and greeting, getting connections. So like that side is cool. And that's the side like a friend of mine helped me see because he told like Capcom he didn't have to do it. They were like, oh, you're with him, yeah, okay, cool, you can come in and see stuff. For Namco Bandai, I was like, oh, this is my camera guy. Oh, here you go. Here's a badge that lets you go into our secret room or the back room where you just play the games. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But you also, but like, the thing is, you got in as a consumer, right?
Yeah. I didn't get in as a developer. I just had.
So my point more is that that's a new thing. That's within the past 2
Yeah, in the
years.
past it wasn't like that. You can only get in if you had connections.
E3. I mean, these people are smart. They're trying to change with the times. They know that the whole idea of it just being pressed is no longer like.
Yeah, it's not really viable. You get so much money just letting people in. Like I definitely paid for the ticket and traveled all the way out there.
Yeah, so they're definitely changing that up because the state of E3 a couple of years ago was not cutting it, and I think the idea of letting people in now is kind of cool. I still don't want to go because I don't want to wait in lines. I'll get mad about that. but yeah, I mean,
was it you who called Blizzcon the invention of lines?
No, that was your uncle.
Right. Oh no, that was.
Oh yeah.
No. Oh yeah. No, I remember. Yeah, I remember. He's not actually my uncle, but yeah, I remember.
Yeah. But I'm not your uncle. So
that was great.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you guys think it's possible for the PS4, PS5 to get announced next year if there is one? Because it's been 6 years now. We've had.
Well, I think like Xbox One X is Microsoft's like new console, basically. I don't see them coming out with like here's okay, so the name is so stupid, but here's like the Xbox One X2 or something. Right?
Yeah.
Xbox One X.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, seriously. But it's getting time to like talk about it, at least. I mean, I don't know where I heard this, but excuse me. I thought I heard tellings of someone someone Microsoft or Sony confirming that they are working on another console. I don't know if Michael could do a quick fact check on that or something, but I think I heard that new console is in development for one of those two companies. And we don't know when, obviously, but I think next year might be the year where at least talking. I don't know. Do you feel like it's too soon, Miles, or like what do you think?
I feel like for Microsoft it is because Xbox One X they still need to get those out right because like Xbox is still behind. Sony, well, the thing is, like, Sony's ahead, but I'm so upset for Microsoft for losing this. Literally, all they had to do is here's Xbox 720. Like, don't call it Xbox One. Name was stupid. So here's 720. It's like the 360, but better. None of this DRM nonsense we were peddling around. Because literally, all Sony had to do was go on stage, like, oh, this is how you share a game. Hand over a CD. They won.
Yeah,
that was it. So, like that. It still pisses me off because like. I like the PS4 more than the PS3, but I don't like the PlayStation interface. I think it's way too convoluted.
Yeah.
So like I'd rather play stuff on Xbox, but everything's on both, and everyone has a PS4, so I gotta buy it on PS4. I prefer the
Xbox as well, but I have a PS4 because of the games.
The games and everyone. For me, everyone has one.
Yeah, like Spider-Man. I want to play Spider-Man. Like, of course, I'm gonna get PS4, so I can play Spider-Man. I can play God of War. All these like new exclusives are coming up to PS4, and the exclusive for Microsoft that I like. They're like slacking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it really makes you mad because I prefer the Microsoft exclusive.
What happened to Scalebound? Like, why
what
did
happened
they
to
cancel
Scalebound?
that?
What happened to no more Fable? We have no more any of these classic games we used to play all the time.
Fable's also crazy. Wait, what? Lionhead is gone?
Lionhead's gone.
They're died like a year or two.
Yeah.
No.
I think they were trying to transition Fable to a new developer. I like heard rumors of that too.
I think I heard that, but I didn't know Lionhead shut down.
Not that new crappy Fable game that got canceled.
No, I think it was I thought it was the Forza guys. That was a rumor.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. Yeah. But I do know
they actually develop a game now.
It was the Horizon guys. I'm pretty sure. Just not the regular Forza Horizon. Might be the same people. I don't know. But yeah, they canceled that one Fable game that didn't look good too.
Was it Legends? I think.
And no, Legends was that cheap arcade game, right?
The arcade game was like I don't think it was Legends. That was like for free. Where you just gambled money.
Yeah, like the one that's just 1v4, right?
Yeah, but it's like a play almost. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember the name.
Yeah, I know that game was canceled. It didn't look good. Like I watched a lot of gameplay of that.
Wait, which one?
The one before Fable game didn't come out.
Fable like Legends or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I can, I can play another Fable game. I like Fable 3 and Fable 2. I never played Fable 1. I tried to play Fable 1.
I played it back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back then it was good, but like, yeah, it's hard to play Fable 1 now.
What? Still amazing.
Honestly, if you're gonna play one, play Fable 2.
Fable 2 is
Fable 2 is a lot better, but I don't know. Fable 1's so nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
I remember when it came out, I heard about it from you guys, and I wanted to play it, but I didn't have an Xbox growing up.
The original Fable was my original Be Evil game. You know,
Mm-hmm.
run around,
Didn't you
murder
like kill
people.
your sister or something at the end of that game?
I stabbed her pretty quickly.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, right. That was the ending of Fable.
The one guy who
I
has
forgot.
sister.
And to be honest with you, it's really not.
sister
It's,
too.
I have a
to
sister.
be honest, it's really
Yeah.
really not worth it because they're like, oh yeah, you get to keep this sword, and you swap that sword out pretty quickly in the expansion.
Don't you get an evil mask too?
Yeah,
No,
you keep
that's
that, you
in
keep
the.
that as well.
Well, that's in the expansion only, right?
You're stuck with the mask and with the sword into the expansion. I mean, because normally without the expansion, I think that you can just like keep playing around and stuff like that. The world doesn't really keep progressing.
Yeah,
You're just stuck with the mask.
Yeah.
But if you have the expansion, then well, you're stuck with the mask.
Mhm. I also remember.
Which is actually a really bad thing because you can't. It blocks you out of because you can't wear full suits of armor anymore because it's a head slot that you can't remove
That's not good.
Mm.
pretty badly. Yeah, so don't sacrifice your sister.
Yeah, that's a moral of the story.
It's actually because the cons are actually the fact that great. That's why you shouldn't kill your sister.
Wait, are
That's
you
why.
sure? I don't remember having or being forced to wear the mask until the very
it's
ending of the expansion.
Yeah, no, that's a Wait, was that at the end of the expansion for the mask or no?
Yeah.
It was at the end of the. You're right. That was the end of the expansion for the
Yeah,
mask.
right,
Because you either destroy the mask or you put it on.
right.
You're right. And the sword of Aeons or whatever they called it, that was killing your sister.
That was killing you.
That was killing your sister.
I remember enjoying Fable 3. They had a good idea with Fable 3 with the whole idea of the weapons being imprinted by what you did. Like
Yeah,
weapons
but
were like-
I felt like it also made the weapons not as
Oh,
unique.
yeah,
But here's the thing. Here's the
it
thing.
was
The things
like-
that they chose were stupid.
Yeah,
Like the traits that they chose for you were stupid.
it was, some of them were like, of course I want to do it. It was like normal like stat growth, like oh, you collect money when you walk past it.
I'm pretty sure that's the first one I got, and I was so upset.
Yeah,
Because it's like this is like super cool weapon. Oh, it's for money. Great.
I was like, oh, you hunt those wolves. And I was just in the area where you got to kill a bunch of those werewolves. What are supposed to be? It's not fair.
Remember there's an achievement in Fable 3 where you have to beat the whole game without dying once.
Oh yeah.
And I almost died to the werewolves and like panicked.
Mm.
Because it's like
The
no.
worst is that time skip, and you guys warned me. I didn't believe you. Where it goes like,
Oh yeah,
300 days, 200,
That was so
250,
stupid.
200, 0 days.
that was so stupid. It was like 30 days to 0, and like immediately the world's ending. It's like, what happened?
Well, you let everybody die.
Although funny
At the
thing,
end of Fable 3?
because I played the bad guy, guy for that, I didn't have.
Yeah, it wasn't about. It didn't
Again,
bother
again,
you. You were
because
evil.
again, I was a really bad guy, so I didn't have any money in the treasury, so everyone died. Yeah, despite the fact that I made all the choices that made us money, I put that all into my personal treasury. So that wasn't in the national treasury. That was a separate account. But after everyone died, I just ran around to all of the shops and I stole everything.
I ran around to all the shops and I couldn't buy. Oh, I guess I should have sold things. I couldn't buy anything. I was bad. They were all dead. I was still a good guy. Damn it.
Yeah, so remember end of Fable 3 when you become the king, and like it's like, oh, this is what your father and brother were dealing with. Now it's on you. And it's like, remember, it counts down the days and keeps making you do choices. Or when it gets to like 30 or like 23 days or something, you think, oh, I have another day. It skips straight to 0.
No, it was 140 some days.
Yeah, it was
140 some
because
days.
the issue, gentlemen, was that it would keep ticking down at a normal rate, like 20 days, 30 days. And then out of nowhere, it went like 150 days. It felt like the game was kind of unfinished, to be honest. I felt
like they skipped.
Fable 3 was an unfinished game.
Also, to be honest, I really loved making all those decisions because it changed the game. It's like, all right, good job. You're the king now.
Yeah.
Now you got to be the king, and it's like, whoa. It makes sense when you say it out loud.
It was a very like Shakespearean story, like Lion King, where you get banished and then you come back to take your throne. But enough of Fable 3, an old game. Yeah. So again, like so maybe it is time for a new generation, just so Microsoft can get back on that horse. I mean, like,
yeah. Forbes is predicting, by the way, 2020.
2020.
Even earlier this year.
I mean, it's 2018.
President of Sony Network Entertainment told listeners that the PS4 was at the end of its life cycle back in May.
Which is crazy.
Definitely doing something.
The best games that just started coming out. I guess the 360 was the same way. It's like really good games the past like 2 years.
I feel like at the end of the cycle is when people actually understand the console enough to produce something at that level.
Definitely right about that.
At the start, I feel like most games at the start are just games that were meant for the last generation. It's like, oh, new generation's coming. We'll just move it up.
I like to use the example of Oblivion and Skyrim.
Yeah.
Oblivion comes out at the beginning of 360, Skyrim towards the end.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And you can see the massive difference between the two games.
Yeah. 100%.
Remember that midnight launch we went to for Skyrim?
I remember seeing a girl online crying because she was so excited to play Skyrim. That's what I remember. That was a good time. Good time. But yeah, maybe this time. I mean, because 2018, it's already been longer than the last one now at this point, right? 6 years is longer than the last cycle, I think, right? Or
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm more interested in what games they're gonna have for it versus a new console.
Yeah, right about that.
I really need a new console. I don't have a 4K TV.
Yeah, especially as a PC gamer, it doesn't matter. It's like, give me new games.
Like, all right, are you developing a new Persona game for it?
Yeah, I still haven't got Persona 5.
We're not seeing another Persona 6 for a long time. We still don't have Persona 5 Golden. We don't have Persona. Oh, we got the dancing. We got the anime.
Dancing didn't come out yet, did it?
No, it hasn't come out yet. Persona
Is it in Japan?
Q2.
I'm not sure. I don't really care about the dancing games, so I haven't got it.
Because I know PSO2 did a crossover with the dancing games, so I think it might be out in Japan.
Probably. But yeah, and I want to get the. Oh, you know what? I think 3 and 4 dancing came out. I know 4 already had a dancing. I think 4 got like another dancing game, and then they're gonna do 5.
No, but 3 and 5 are parallel because like one was like Starlight.
So the 5 dancing game has come out. But I think that 5 also has...
It has a PS4 one coming out, too. That's what I think, right? And then the Vita ones already came out, and no one cares about Vita over here.
Yeah, they stopped making Vitas. It's a
glorified
glorified dating machine.
Persona Q.
Vita was such a good
console. It's actually coming out in like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Or 3DS.
I'll probably get 5 soon.
I still think that. There's just a lot of games I need to play.
Yeah, no rush. But yeah, I mean, so I'd be excited for a new console and see what they bring in terms of games and stuff. But like I said, the issue with the new console is that it needs to kind of ramp up, right? So it always starts off really slow with like crappy Call of Duty ports. That's all you're gonna get. So hopefully we get to see something nice early on.
Skyrim.
I feel like
Skyrim for it.
There's not a lot of jumps they can do, right? Because the next console generation is not going to be big. It's not going to be a big jump. It's going to be like Skyrim stronger systems.
Yeah.
Ported to every new console generation for the rest of time.
It definitely will.
Because let's be honest,
Skyrim on a toaster at this point. Skyrim's on everything.
You can have 3 different versions of Skyrim running on your computer.
You really can.
There's
3 different games.
Really.
There's an Alexa version of Skyrim.
Alexa, join Dark Brotherhood.
There's playing Despacito.
Okay, so is that meme actually about the song? Because I heard that, and while I was working, because I keep hearing that stupid Despacito meme, and then I'm working, and I hear the song, it's like, what the? There's a song? So...
Yes. That's why it's called Alexa, play Despacito.
Wait, what is that from? I don't know what that is.
That's what I mean. I just heard Despacito, then I just heard the song. It's like, wait.
Yeah, it's a song, but people meme it because it's Justin Bieber in it. And so.
Okay.
It's funny
And
that
it was also popular, so.
the issue with memes
exactly.
is sometimes memes aren't funny within themselves. They're funny because they're a meme, which is kind of weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's just sort of how memes work.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's
like
kind of like absurd.
they're like bad puns. They're like visual bad puns.
Yeah.
Well, a meme is just an inside joke between people.
Yeah.
In this case, the full internet. So you're either in or out.
Yeah.
I'm sure Know Your Meme has something on it,
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
which, by the way, is an amazing.
Oh, it's got me through a lot. Yeah. It's like Urban Dictionary for like uncultured old people on the internet.
I know, man. It feels so old when I have to use it.
Yeah, I feel bad when I think of it.
Like, what is yeet? Even Urban Dictionary doesn't know what yeet is. It's pretty hilarious.
Man. But all right, what's next on this docket?
Oh, can I say something about
Yeah.
So y'all were talking about like the lifespan and kind of like the best games coming out. I feel like that's always been a trend. Like even if you look at all the way back to Super Nintendo, like all the really, I don't know, I wouldn't say the best games, but like definitely the highest quality of game was at the end of it.
Like look at Mario, like Super Mario compared to Mario 3.
Well, along with that, also like Chrono Trigger, all the really good RPGs actually.
Yeah.
Super Mario Stars, or the 7-star, whatever.
Yeah.
They were all kind of like at the end of the life of Super Nintendo, so a lot of people didn't really get to play those games. It's really not as popular as people make it out to be. And it's also because I think not a lot of people were into JRPGs. It was more like platformer or something.
Yeah, it definitely was, especially at that time. And in the West, no one wanted to sit down and play a long JRPG.
Right, yeah. Doesn't make those games bad, but yeah, it was definitely not like the popular trend.
Yeah, I never played Chrono Trigger. I always wanted to, but it's been hard for me to go back and play that. I mean, I always thought about it. But I like the phone version.
So, even looking now, like, I kind of feel like the Switch is a little old. I don't know. There's maybe I'm an unpopular opinion here, but I just feel like I don't know if it's time for a new console or at least maybe just an upgraded model.
There was that rumor that they were going to announce one for in 2019. Well, it's just like
I just feel like it's around that time, right? Where something changes, or something gets added on.
It has been 2 years, and Nintendo normally does do it. Like I think the biggest thing the Switch needs so when you undock it, it doesn't go to 720p, and like it doesn't get hit as badly. Because like right now, you take the thing out of the dock, like Xenoblade's the best thing. Xenoblade looks pretty good when it's docked. You take it out, that game looks way worse because they have to lower all the resolution has to be lowered so it can still run at 60 FPS.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Heroes was pretty bad with that too.
I mean Warriors.
Yeah, sorry, Warriors. Yeah, it looks pretty ugly.
Yeah, I mainly play my Switch dock, so I don't really like notice that. Like, I guess I do play it not docked, but when I play on travel. But like I remember playing Dead Cells handheld and I switched to docked, and then, like this game looked way better, and I was like surprised about how like nice it looked. But yeah, I played with the Switch. Like I'm also thinking about the last console generation. Like the 360 came out in what was it 2006, and then the one came out Xbox One. Sorry, the Xbox One came out 2012. So that's 6 years, right? So I was thinking maybe like 7 or 8 years will be like the key for this one, right?
Maybe, but it's crazy to hear that Sony's like, oh yeah, it's about to end its life cycle. Because at the start, like Sony and Microsoft are both saying, yeah, we just think this
still
console's
feels
keep
new.
going.
This console still feels new to me. I don't know why. Probably because I keep selling them and buying new ones. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but
that might be part of it.
Nah, but yeah, it's just all I get out of it. I did have PS4 all throughout college. Yeah, I guess it is getting kind of old. Weird.
Yeah,
it's a weird thought. We're just getting old, guys. We need to move on.
It's also weird because it's like, how do you improve?
Yeah, where do you
outside of graphics and just
I guess it should be performance. I mean, like,
yeah,
it's like
performance
stuff.
But that's the thing. Like, how do you really improve?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, you have to come out the gates with like something incredible. Otherwise, it just feels like
it's just resolution and HDR. That's what resolution, HDR, and frame rate. Those are the three
that was
things.
a big deal with engines too. Like, if you don't have the engine to back up like a really, I don't know, big amazing change, then developers wouldn't really care. They'd be like, yeah, I mean, this other engine works fine, and we don't have to try so hard.
Yeah, it's like the PS3.
Or we've been studying this engine for so long that we'd hate to relearn everything from scratch again.
Yeah, like PS3 versus 360. Some companies would just offset the PS3 ports of their games because like the PS3 was so different from a 360 to develop for. So people just like didn't want to.
Yeah, that's what the problem with the Vita. The Vita was so strong. No one wanted to develop for it.
Yeah, making a Vita game costs the same amount as making a 360 or PS3 game. So like, but it sold for like $40. So why would you do that?
Yep.
But again, like I said, in terms of time, I did some reading just now, and it seems so like the PS2 came out in the year 2000. PS3 was 2006 as well. And then the PS4 was 2012. So the past two generations have lasted 6 years. So we're already due for something new.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
It's funny.
Like
it doesn't feel like the same span of time.
It feels like, because when the console came out for the first 2 or 3 years, the games were butt.
That's true.
Yeah, we definitely haven't been playing our consoles as much.
Yeah, I haven't been,
And like, I'll be honest, like in like PS2 era, like my parents back at the time, I was dependent upon them for buying games, and sometimes they would just buy things I had no idea what the games were. Sometimes they were great, sometimes they weren't.
That's the other thing.
This console generation, like you don't just get like a game that's like created.
Yeah.
You're just like it's got some hype behind it, and if it doesn't, you never hear about it, and it's probably a digital thing. It's probably a little digital indie game.
That's something I sometimes miss. Like the last game I just took a chance on was like Borderlands. When me and Victor were at GameStop randomly, and he's like, "Hey, let's get this game." I was like, "Okay." Got it. Came home with Pizza Hut and just like played Borderlands the whole day and just kept playing it.
Yeah,
Borderlands 1 of all things.
Yeah, I'd be down to replay that game, to be honest.
I'm just waiting.
It's time.
Actually, I wouldn't mind doing 1 and 2 again. It'd be
I
fun.
think that they're available like for really cheap on
on Steam or Humble Bundle.
Steam, yeah.
Either or.
Yeah.
I have 2. I don't have 1.
But yeah, I'm looking back at like the greatest PS4 games right now, like the greatest in quotation marks, right, all time, and like I guess some games do feel old. Like Bloodborne came out in 2015. It's like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Remember, Destiny was 2014. Remember, like it was not that long ago, but it's like a little bit of time.
You just sound like an article. Do you feel old yet?
Yeah, seriously. Wow. Remember the best game of all time, Miles? Infamous Second Son.
See, when we were talking about light and dark sides, right? I'm like, yeah, like it brought me straight back to Infamous because I remember I brought Infamous to Michael's house. I was doing all light and he was doing all dark, and we were just
it was at your house that we were doing it.
Oh yeah,
I don't have a PS3.
I thought I brought it to your house one time though, and we did play. Because I remember at your house we went to.
I never owned a PS3.
We went to GameStop and I bought Dragon Age for the first time, and also played that at your house.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Man,
did you ever play Dragon Age 3, Mike? Mouse? I don't know. I know you did.
I started it, but Smash came out, so.
Infamous was definitely on your side. It was definitely at your house because I remember because we got it, and you started playing, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna take a break. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play, and I started my own game, playing Evil Side, of course, because game twice in that like one day, in like that 24-hour period. We played through the game twice, probably 2.5 times actually, because I remember when I handed the controller back to you, you accidentally saved my game over yours. So to replay
and I start over. I remember. I love
Yeah.
Infamous though. That was.
Do you remember when like we got to the one mission where you have to like get the orb or take power from it or whatever?
Mhm.
Remember when it got black lightning?
Oh yeah, I was
thought
like,
that was the
what?
coolest thing.
My lightning didn't change at all. He got this thick black light. I was so upset. I was like, come on. Mine was like,
yeah.
slightly brighter. His was literally black. He's like, what? What?
Yeah. But yeah,
Like,
I guess to end on that, Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced freshman year. That was like 6 years ago,
Bruh.
and it's coming out the end.
No, that's a 10-year-old game. 10 years.
I'm not vouching for it. I'm not defending it.
Wait, hold on. So is this gonna be like a Duke Nukem Forever sort of situation?
No, it better be good.
It better not be. I have waited too long for this
I'm
game.
afraid to buy the damn
Be
game.
Duke
Where
Nukem.
you just get it and it's just filled with a bunch of like 10-year-old.
I have Kingdom Hearts 3 pre-ordered twice just in case.
You have to realize when I did the France trip, Jeff and Mike Welsh.
Like it comes out and it's like, hey guys, do you remember this movie called Brave?
God. Like Jeff and Mike Welsh were both there. I remember I was excited for Brink. I'm so upset Brink wasn't better.
Don't
than
bring
it
up
was.
Brink. Don't
I
bring-
was excited
Yeah,
for Brink.
We got 2 copies. He drove to my house right after he bought it. He gave me a copy. And you're like, yo, let's play.
It was so much fun, but the server sucked. I was upset.
I was like, man, what is this shit you gave it to me?
So yeah, I was excited for Brink. They both kept going on and on about Duke Nukem Forever. Duke Nukem Forever.
I remember
Mike
that.
Wells got the collector's. I have to add it in because when I just say Mike, it makes the.
Yeah,
But Mike Wells got the
I
collector's edition.
He was so happy for
They were
that
both
game.
so happy, and then the game was just shit. And they were like, I'm upset. Whatever.
Yeah, I do remember them talking about that game.
On the France trip, it was all the time because like there was like advertisements for it everywhere, and there was advertisements for Brink. Like, I saw one on the street and took a picture of it. God, why was Brink? I'm just upset because like Brink was so much fun. Now it's on Steam and the servers work, but no one's playing it. So what's the point,
Let's play Brick tonight. Let's play some Brick.
bruh? No one's playing it. You can't even find a match.
Yeah, you're not gonna imagine Brick. No, Brick.
Why don't we play Wings of Icarus or whatever that game is?
Guns
and-
of Icarus.
I did
Guns
buy
of
that
Icarus,
game,
yeah,
but I've
and we can
never
play with all the
played
Russians that are on there this time of night.
Oh, yeah.
I told you
Why
before
doesn't
that,
it
that,
all
that
get London?
I told you before that I like single queued in that game for some reason in the middle of the night for some reason,
You
and
just
all
said
there is
Hellgate
just a
London.
bunch of like
They re-released Hellgate London.
it. Wait, they re-released it?
Yeah, but it's
ju-
only single
just
player.
single player.
Oh my
player.
What's wrong with them? Don't even put it out. What's the point?
$10.
What's the
$10.
point? I heard
$10.
Hellgate London. I got excited because I remember I had the collector's edition still in my closet. I remember getting Hellgate London. I was like,
I have it next to my computer.
This is the wave. Me and Michael both went in. We're like, yeah, it's time. Hellgate London, new Diablo. It's like, oh, this is kind of okay. This is not so good.
Man, that's
By the way, Miles, if you want to keep any slight good memories of that game, don't look it up on Steam, because when we say Hellgate London, we don't mean like Redux, revamped, brand new graphics, 2018 edition. No, it looks really bad.
Wait, the Steam version or the original?
both. The Steam version is the original.
They're the same.
It's
Oh,
not a. They didn't change it. They just re-released it.
What?
yeah.
Like just looking at some of these screenshots, and it's just like, oh my gosh.
The
Yeah.
game did
Like-
not age well at all.
I would say one step behind where RuneScape is right now. At least one
Yeah.
step behind.
I don't.
Probably a few
That's kind of harsh. I'm saying like this
It's
does
not
worse
as
than
bad as
RuneScape.
RuneScape.
Miles,
That's
are you
kinda
looking
harsh.
at the Miles? Are you looking at these pictures?
Nah.
Pictures in RuneScape aren't nearly as jagged.
Yeah, but at least they're like models, not the RuneScape like Roblox light things.
Not wrong. But
What you got against Roblox?
that stupid oof noise they make when they die. Why is that me?
Because it's so funny.
All right, guys. I think we're out of time here for this podcast.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we're not. Well, I mean, we can talk about Smash or something, but it's getting pretty late. How? Do we have a time, Miles? How long have we been recording?
It's probably
It's
been
1:15 a.m. So
we probably
I
start
have a
around.
question for you guys.
So,
So, have y'all heard about like all the games getting taken down from Emu, Paradise, and whatnot? All the legal ROMs, essentially.
Yeah.
Have y'all talked about that before?
No.
no, we didn't talk about ROMs too much, but it didn't happen like a while ago. I thought they already got.
Well,
No, yeah, it's been a while ago.
well, news
But-
came out that Nintendo is taking that family for like 12 million.
Jesus.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
I-
that's a lot.
I like ROMs because of the historical nature of it, but I understand when you want to protect your business. But
Yeah.
as long as you provide a way for me to play the game in 2018, like waiting to buy it, you know.
yeah, don't
Yeah.
stop people from selling things that you're not selling.
Oh no, here's
Yeah.
here's the thing, right? If they didn't sell them, if they made no money on them, then I'm pretty sure Nintendo doesn't care. Like PM was there, and Nintendo kind of didn't care about PM because like PM wasn't making money. But those ROMs are on websites that have ads all over them, so they're making money off of it. So then it's like, well, we have to do something because if we don't, it hurts when we have to defend our IPs against someone else who does something worse. They can use you as an example.
Yeah, and not even that. They're like releasing that new online service where you can play the classic game. So that having the ROMs online diminishes the worth or the value of that online service.
Yeah.
If you can get the games for free online,
Right?
Yeah, but the online service is bad.
What the Nintendo service?
No, the games
That-
are play fine.
Yeah, the games they give you a ton of games. It's actually better than I thought it was going to be.
I agree.
Yeah.
The service
Oh, really?
as a whole is
Because-
lackluster,
I was gonna
but,
say
like,
because
games
the
are fine.
last I heard is that they don't have like a very full list of it.
No,
No,
they don't
they
have all the games. They don't, but they're
They like add more, yeah.
But they play well, at least.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's a good version of it. The games play well.
Yeah.
Good version.
Well, my question to you guys was going to be, what about the games that aren't ever going to be planned to re-release?
There's
Like-
a lot of them too.
Like Powers.
Yeah. No, well, yeah,
Like-
good games,
like
but even
Highlight.
bad games, right? Yeah, like even just like terrible games.
I think we need to preserve them for history.
Yeah, should we be allowed as like the consumer, which is kind of weird, but it's like some kind of museum or
Yeah, just
some-
somewhere
yeah,
to like find the super old games of these companies. Yeah, I wish they would do that because like that's true. It's like I don't know, Earthworm Jim. for
that's a
instance.
culture, you know?
Yeah,
You
like
mean
what if that
it's
game you
they're
could
like-
never play it again unless
Yeah.
you go to this website?
Something
Like,
like Scott Pilgrim, for example. Like,
Yeah,
you cannot
yeah.
play that game.
And that's
Unless-
super tragic of a game.
Yeah, there's no ROM for it either. But
It's
but nobody's planning on re-releasing it. Like,
like
nobody-
saying any games should be treated like books, so kind of like way, and there should be like someone. There should be someone dedicated to preserving this.
It's like in the digital age,
There-
Scott Pilgrim's the best example, definitely, because in the digital age, like that
the
game
game's
is
not
not
that
on
old.
discs.
It's
So
not
like,
that old of a game neither.
yeah, like that game lost its copyrights. They pulled it from the store, so now you just cannot get it ever again. So unless you bought it when it came out, you just cannot get it. So it's
Yeah.
like it's crazy.
I think there's a group of people. I forget the website, but it's probably like a historical gaming society, something easy like that. But they take on the role of preserving video games. So like what they do is they go and they download everything and they get everything and they save it somewhere. I remember the website like a year or two ago. I don't know exactly how to do it, but it's like the most official thing we have. Most official. I like the idea of the preservation for history and stuff, but there needs to be an official like this is your job to preserve.
and maybe there is, and we just don't know about it.
Yeah,
but-
maybe there is. Yeah, because it's part of our culture at this point. You know what I mean? It says, it's as important as like some books we have at this point.
I feel like with online games too, like yeah, we mentioned Hellgate, and sometimes I'm like, man, would we like to play that game again? Just like thinking back on a game like that, and like you can't an online only game, you can't like go back to it now. It's like when they turned off the servers for like Halo 2. It's like, well, now you can't just play Halo 2. I mean, they put it out now in a remastered, but like back then, like okay, Halo 2 is just gone. You can't play it.
And then the other argument is like, do we need to preserve every Call of Duty game? It's like I don't know how I feel about that. Like, this should be an effort for that.
Well,
Like, this someone preserving Call of Duty 2, Big Red 1 for the PS2 and that online service.
Well,
My
I
thing
would
is
I would
to-
think like
Okay.
if the company doesn't want to do it themselves, then they should give their customers the right to do it for themselves.
Mhm.
Like we have, thankfully we have PC gamers the ability to just sort of set up a server on most of the games that we want to play.
Mhm.
Like, if there's a multiplayer game that you want to play with your friends and it's on PC, chances are you're just left up to your own devices to set up the server yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You figure out how it's connected. But at the same time, you never have to worry about
there's
server
also
issues.
generally that's how I'm no lawyer and I haven't studied law, but from what my understanding of IPs, intellectual properties, is that if an IP goes like unused for like a really long time, like 50 or 100 years, something like that, it becomes part of public domain.
Yeah.
And the main issue is people like Disney or whatever trying to change that, where like it's like Disney's like we own Mickey Mouse, no matter how old he is, even though he's intrinsic to American culture.
Well, the thing is, they keep using him. It's not like, but yeah, like, cause like I think Nintendo, because it's when the Smash news, I think they custom Robo. I think they just let the IP elapse.
Yeah.
Because just like we'll probably not do anything with this anymore. So like when it gets to that point, then yeah, anyone who has a custom Robo ROM can just put that up because like they're not gonna make it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I found a website. There's a gamehistory.org. There's a non-profit organization that catalogs and digitizes video games.
So like that's good. Like it's just the big thing for companies has to be non-profit, because the second you make money from it, then it becomes an issue.
Yeah, it becomes an
legal wise.
But then the issue is that running something without, any money to.
Yeah, it has to be. You have to have like some venture capital or something willing to invest in it.
And
so
I
was gonna
try to get like. Sorry,
but then if we run into issues of, well, where does like crowdfunding like Patreon fall into that?
Nah, Patreon is. I don't know, because then you're directly taking money from the consumer to run this thing. So that's like the gray area. You need a third party who's going to sponsor it.
But they're not even necessarily paying for the product.
I mean, in essence, they kind of are though. That's why it's super gray.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know, because like, yeah, you can argue that it's just a donation, but then it's like, but they're still paying and getting a service for it. So
yeah, but if you're offering that service to even people who don't pay, then there could be some like, roundabout. There's always going to be someone trying to do some roundabout way. Not be happy with it because it's always going to sound sort of sketchy.
I was gonna say, speaking of this topic, do you remember GameFly?
Yeah.
Because like that, yeah, that like reminded me of that a lot. Because there's a lot of really old games I would have never played except because they were on GameFly. Even like Sam & Max was on that.
You had GameFly?
Yeah, I used to use it. Me and Michael used to play it a lot.
No, it was GameTap.
GameTap, that's what it was.
Oh, okay. GameFly might be different. GameFly
I always keep calling it that, the GameTap.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
What's GameTap? I don't know what that is.
It was like it was an online thing, a bunch of old games. Like we played one of the super old Civ games on that one time. Sam & Max was on it.
Civ 3 and 4 were on there.
There's like
the first 2 seasons of Sam & Max. Actually, I think that the second season of Sam & Max was pushed by GameTap. Like GameTap paid for the production of the second season of the Sam & Max games.
Definitely a reason I kept playing and paying for that thing. But it was just like there was just like a ton of games. You could just Google, not Google. When you're in it, you can just search and you just find a ton of different old games. You just download and play.
Like all the Zork games were on there as a good example.
And so even like stuff like PS1 era or like Dreamcast, for instance. Like I'm super upset because I can't find Power Stone 1 and 2 anywhere. Because when I was young, I just borrowed them from Blockbuster. Now Blockbuster's gone, so I can't get them.
The biggest one for me, honestly, is Xbox, like, original.
Yeah.
They have not been able to make a proper working emulator for it. Because, like, just the ROMs don't work.
Yeah.
There's no way to, like, actually make good, proper ROMs for it. So nobody even bothers with making a good, proper engine either. Or emulator. And there's a lot of games that don't run on 360, right? Like, for example, I don't know if you guys remember Kung Fu Chaos. It was one of my favorite games. It was one of the launch titles for the Xbox.
Maybe.
I think I do remember that.
It's hilarious. So it's pretty much like you're in a movie and it's a fighting game.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to do cool stunts and think of it like Smash, or think of it like Power Stone, but like Smash, where the idea is to throw your opponent out.
Yeah, no, I love that game. I remember.
Yeah, I remember this, but I remember it because of the X-Play review.
Yeah, I remember X-Play.
And so games like that, I can't play. I have it, but I can't play it because it doesn't run on my 360, and my Xbox original is dead because it's not a very good console to begin with. But anyways, like, why does my Super Nintendo work, but that thing died immediately?
So that's the secondary issue. Is like not only emulation has issues, it's where I want to play the original game on the original console. The console was dead because of years.
Yep. And so, yeah, and that was the other thing, is that hardware is kind of a thing as well. We can't really preserve that too much unless we just kind of bring it back to life. We just perform some kind of necro thing on it. And
yeah, that's the biggest big issue, the hardware.
Because I remember there's like a petition somebody made. I don't know how serious it was. I think it was serious amongst the community, but I don't know how serious it was of it actually working. But somebody made a petition about letting Nintendo or something to release the rights for the N64 controller, I believe, so that they could fund it, like other companies could fund making it, because they didn't want to make it because if Nintendo has a problem with it, they're gonna get shut down and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So they were like petitioning Nintendo, like, hey, just release the copyright so we can make it. It's not like they're gonna use it anyways, but now with all these rumors about the N64 Classic coming out, I mean, that might be harder to get, but yeah, preservation or even hardware, controllers, and all this stuff. We're getting all these classics back, but we're not getting the video games back. We're just getting the handpicked ones that
people
developers
like. Yeah, we have no saying it. Like, if we're not gonna get like a Fusion Frenzy preservation,
that game was so good.
Remember Feeding Frenzy as well?
I don't remember Feeding.
That was like that Xbox Live Arcade game where you're just a fish, you eat other fish and get bigger.
We played a lot of games, man.
There's so many like PS2 games that like.
If I want to play Pain for a PS3, I want to play Pain.
Oh, I forgot that was like Chris's favorite game. I think I want you to play Pain.
Feeding Friends. Okay, I never played this.
I might play it on stream sometime.
You're the only one that's ever played that game.
What? I don't remember some good Feeding Frenzy. What's wrong?
I've never played this game.
I feel like you've come over and I've played it.
I've never touched it. You maybe.
And yeah, it's PopCap Afro. But it's on PC too? Oh, it might be time. Restart.
But he won't even try Paladin.
What?
Anyway. But anyway, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I don't know what we could do about that because hardware's hardware. So the only, like you said, the only solution would be for companies to be like, they could allow other companies to do it. Yeah. In like a non-profit way. I guess that's the only solution. Right. So that way we can historically, it can make a version of the Xbox that's meant to be like a console that could last. Like, I don't know how do you feel about the those like 3-in-1 classic consoles with like Sega and like I don't know, fucking NES in it too.
The Sega classics are okay because you can run Sega games on it.
Yeah.
But I meant like NES classic you can't.
I meant like those fake consoles that like the Retro 3, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, it's like 3 old retro consoles.
Yeah, it's like 3 old.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But they take the original cartridge. How do you feel about those things?
For me, as a person who just likes having a console, I'd like to have the actual console over that. But like for someone who's just I just want to play these games, I understand.
It solves our argument, technically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I also want the original controller too. But they use the original controllers, pretty sure.
And yeah, for me, it's just the bad games. I just don't like that we only get to play the games that are handpicked.
It's curated by someone who probably didn't even enjoy all those games. They just kind of heard of the best ones.
Because there's some charm to terrible games. Like, look at AVGN, look at JonTron, or just any YouTuber that like makes fun of like
let's
bad
play
games.
some Quest 64.
There's a charm to it.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Honestly, most of the games I've looked into, and most of them are PS2 games, that I've looked into like emulating and stuff like that. They're not really like the best games that are out there.
Yeah.
It's things like
Even emulating PS2 games is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I need to process for that. Oh yeah.
I had issues when I emulated Kingdom Hearts 2 for a PS4.
I had no problem.
And
Me too.
I had an issue.
Well, you need like for something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't the BIOS dump. It was for me. It was just running the game. The clock speed was off, so it was either too slow or too fat. So it will just run the game too well or too shittily.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think time's winding down for this podcast.
Oh yeah.
It's getting late. Been a good talk. So, Miles, what can we expect from you the coming week on your channel, and where can we find you?
Sleep. That's all I expect from. No, I'm kidding. More Dragalia, definitely. I really want to play. I want to do the DLC for Xenoblade, the Torna expansion. Actually,
I heard it wasn't that good though. I heard it was.
It's just no. I didn't hear it was bad. It's just like short. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
So I want to play that. Actually, I was supposed to play Spyro today, so probably the next thing I do, I'm gonna go get Spyro because I love the Spyro games. So Spyro Remastered is like that's right up my alley because literally Spyro.
Let's talk about Spyro. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say real fast. Spyro 2 was the first game I ever 100%. So like, I really want to play the remastered version of all those games. So that, hopefully Xenoblade 2 DLC and Xenoblade Cross, and then when Ultimate comes out, I'll be here every day streaming Ultimate.
Exactly. I will be here playing Ultimate, but not with you guys. Michael, where can we find you? Oh wait, Miles, you didn't say your Twitter and stuff.
Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, McDareth.
Yeah. What you, Mike?
Yeah. Me what name? You'll catch me around using the name me what name. I'll be playing games. I'm on Steam. You can follow me on Twitter. Also me what name. Although I wouldn't really recommend it. I don't do anything.
But start doing things. That's the quick fix.
My plan is just to show up in your guys' streams all the time and just people to be like, "Who is that guy?"
He's like McConnell.
Just do.
He's like Tepster.
I want to be the permanent side character. Just like, yeah, no. There's never gonna be an episode that just focuses on me. No, I don't want that. I want to show up in your guys' thing. It's a lot more stress free.
Yeah. All right, what about you, drummer? What's your channel name and everything?
Silent Drummer, SILENTDRUMR.
And that's just right. That's your Twitter handle too.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
My YouTube, which by the way, just started. It's brand new. It's fresh. Sorry, I'm playing Tetris still. It's posting video game remixes. I don't know. There's not really a time frame, but I'm trying to do at least a good one because I don't like releasing like just kind of subpar. I like to take my time on it, and I'm working amongst other things. But one guarantee is for sure when I do post something, you're most likely gonna like it because I do spend quite a bit of time on it. So
this man is broken.
That's what I do like about having that time. Yeah. But it'll be at I don't have a URL for it yet because I need 100 subs, which I'm very close to.
Cool.
Besides your subs, you got one more.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But you can find it through McDareth's channel as well because
it's
yeah.
Cool. And you can find me everywhere at Being the Victor, Instagram, Twitter, whatnot.
Don't you mean Trilla VX?
I haven't changed it.
Don't you mean Kill Moves?
Kill Moves is my handle
Don't
for
you mean
video games.
Papa Black?
Papa Kill Moves.
Papa Black was years ago on Xbox 360.
I'm just kidding. It's okay.
All right, 427.
No, wait.
But yeah, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my YouTube are Being the Victor, and I have two videos in the works that should be coming out next week. So I'm doing a retrospective of the GameCube, and then another stick figure video about girls. So,
did you want to do that thing with us still, by the way?
We can work on that. That'll probably be after I'm done these two videos.
All right.
Okay, I'll call you about that later. And then we can actually no. Are you talking about side thing, the Let's Play thing?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah. I mean, I'm gonna do that whenever you're free. Just let me know when you're free.
I'm always here.
Yeah.
just let me know.
Maybe I'll watch you play Spyro when you play. Well, we'll talk.
Right.
My people will call your people.
Okay.
I don't know. My agent kind of backed up. All these requests.
Yeah, they want your agent. They want you to play Paladins. They want you to play Heroes of the Storm.
Okay, thanks for watching the Reroll Podcast.
All right, everybody, thanks. And that's
See you all next time.
If there's.